Hello, everyone. We'll try that again with the mute off. Welcome to Extreme Bronco Live. Sorry about that. I was just telling Gavin there, he had a kid's birthday party today and they had a lot of sugar there. So let's hope he's in one piece. Sorry about that. I normally have the mic on. I guess you can hear me now. We have a pretty cool show tonight. Becky's coming up and joining us in just a few minutes, and she's going to give her honest opinion of the 22 Badlands. And what she thinks about it as not, I mean, she likes the Bronco. She thinks it's cool, but look, let's face it, she's not like Gavin and I. So she is like not, she's not the Bronco nuts like we are. She just likes vehicles, and we'll get her opinion on that. Benjamin Ford, how are you? Kyle, nice to, can hear you in Mississippi. Well, if you can hear me in Mississippi, we're doing all right then. How's the weather out there, by the way? I don't know if you guys are getting any crazy weather or not. Flo, how are you? Let's see here. And I appreciate you guys saying that. I happened to look down and seen the big red mute button. So, we try to get this stuff right as much as we can. So tonight I have a pretty cool show. Like I said, we're going to talk to Becky about that, talk to Gavin about some stuff that he's been doing, looking at and whatnot. And also, this Bronco thing is kind of bringing the old hot rodder out in me, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to tell everybody about that?
I mean, you did it, so.
Well, I know, but I mean, so the car that is on this banner right here, it's a 66 Mustang, Bronco 78. Good evening. How are you? So this car, are you okay, man? You got like the sniffles all of a sudden. This car has been sitting since late, 2019, right? Mm-hmm. So we had a little valve issue in it. It's a 347 in this 66 Mustang, black and gold one I have. And we had a valve issue in it, geometry problem that I actually didn't know about. And it made it from 04 until 2019. So not that bad. And so we decided just to park it. I kind of lost interest, to be honest with you. And getting back into this Bronco stuff, I told Gavin, I was like, yeah, it's bringing out like the hot rodding, the engine stuff again. And I decided to go ahead and kind of modify the engine slightly. And what we did was the lower end's the same. I did some valve train work, brought it up to 2022 standards. And I think we picked up like 200 more horsepower. It's our estimation. We're going to take it to a chassis dyno and we'll find out. But wait till you hear this thing. It sounds like a cup car, like NASCAR. It's actually pretty cool. So I'm just going to play a little short video of that. I figured why not? But on the Bronco stuff. So last weekend we had this really cool trip that we did. What?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah. I accidentally took T. I didn't mean to hit enter.
What's T?
I didn't mean to hit enter.
All right. What do you got going on over there? All right. So Kyle said it's a little cool. Nothing bad. Was in the upper 70s. So, yep. Hey, Christopher, I like the green better. So Area 51, too many Area 51s out there. Yeah, the Area 51, it is a popular color. I think it's probably one of the most popular colors on sports, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And I don't actually have the, let's see. Yeah, don't block that. Yeah.
I want to hit remove.
So it's probably wouldn't you say the most popular color on the sport?
Yeah.
Or at least one of them. And I think the second one, believe it or not, might be white, at least in our area.
Either white or cactus gray.
Well, you are right. Cactus gray is another popular color, but we see a lot of white Outer Banks sports in our area, don't we?
Oxford white.
What did I say?
White.
Okay, Oxford white. All right, dude. So what's the color red for 22 and what was the color red for 21? 2 reds. For 21, 2 reds for 22. What are they?
So,
quick.
No
pressure. Quick. Tick tock.
The 2 reds for 21 is Rapid Red and Race Red. The 2 reds for 22 are Code Red, that's in the Raptor, and Chili Pepper Red.
Hot chili pepper red.
Chili pepper red.
That's Dave's favorite color, by the way, I think. No, actually, if you're counting the Raptor, there's 3.
Yeah.
So there's Race Red, Hot Chili Pepper Red.
Wait, so Rapid Red isn't one?
Rapid Red.
So it's
Hot Chili Pepper Red, and then if you count the Raptor, Code Orange, which, let's face it, looks red, and it is a really cool color. I actually wish they had that because, I don't know, I like the green. You like the green?
Mm-hmm.
I really like the green. Look, the Area 51 is one of those colors where I just think it's cool because it's so different. And the green is really cool because of the metal flake in it. And it's that, I always look at my 91 Mustang GT and say, hey, it's green, it's emerald green. But when you compare it to the eruption green, like the eruption green is straight up green and the emerald green is like this purplish bluish green. So, man, who knows? Colors was so difficult. Let's see here. Going to be a lot of eruption green after this year. Bronco 78. I think you're right, because when I see these build pictures and people talking on social media, changing from 21 to 22, and they're changing over. They're changing over to green if they still have that option. And by the way, we did a video last week on this, as you know, March 7th? I think that's the cutoff for the 22s now. So I think if you have one ordered and you want to make any modifications, you need to reach out to your dealer pretty quick. And if you have one on reservation, and you want to turn it into an order, I think you got to act pretty quick. So check with your dealer for the proper timelines. But from what I understand, it's March 7th. So, and that's a little earlier, I think, than a lot of people thought, wouldn't you? I mean, look, typically in not the environment we've been in the last 2 years, typically we have like September-ish, maybe a little earlier, a little later, but the next year models start rolling out. And who knows, maybe this year we'll get back to that, at least with the Bronco. Just depends on how fast they clean up, and how fast they clean up the orders will determine on commodities and the big issues, the chips, right? Mm-hmm. Benjamin Ford said eruption green, gang. Yep, I get it. I really like it. It's kind of cool. We'll still be able to change after March 7th. So Bronco 78, there was something in, and I can't remember. I don't have my notes up here with me. There were some changes that could be made, and I don't know if it was only on Everglades and Raptors, or I pretty much think that the base, what they're calling the base Bronco, is the other 6 trims, is I think the 7th is the end, from what I understand, but there were some exceptions after that. So if you go to Bronco Nation and read the article that they posted there, that it spells it out in there pretty well, but I did not remember what they're saying. Carrie picked up her 22 Cactus Gray OBX yesterday from TNC. Love it. Oh, good deal. Got it from Town and Country. That's cool. Yeah, the Cactus Gray is really, it's really cool. I think you like it. Are you good? What are you doing, dude? All right, well, yeah, well, don't do that, because if you're hearing it, so are they. Overlanding for fun. I wish they had gone with Intermount Blue, but I'm not upset. Area 51, yeah. And Tim, I think the biggest thing with Area 51 is how you accent it, or if you do with graphics, right? I think you can get away, obviously, with orange, wouldn't you say? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that's kind of what we're thinking. So we do the orange. What did you say? Red? Mm-hmm. Red would work on it, I guess. What other color? Black. The white works. The white's the pinstriping, not pinstriping, but the striping down the side. It's really cool. There's one in our area like that. I like it, but I think with ours, we're going to do something different, right? Like we talked about it. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so hey, I'm gonna give a few more people time to get on here, and then I'm gonna play that video of I don't know if it's my engine building reskills coming back to life, or it was the car, or maybe both. It was pretty cool though. Hearing that thing fire up yesterday was great. We've been spending a lot of time in it, and trying to do content for this channel and not get behind on all the news out there. The Bronco Raptor, I have a video coming up on that. I've made a decision. We ended up with being in a pretty good position, I think, to get one for 23, but I have a video on that. I think we're going to come out this week and kind of explain where we're at on that. Even Gavin doesn't even know the news on that. All right, let's get back some of the comments here. Oh, let's see. Flo, does the Badlands non-Sasquatch come overhead auxiliary switches? I think it does as well. Sometimes there's all of these unique little parts and pieces out there. Someone probably knows that for sure. I do know this. it's really hard to install these auxiliary switches if your Bronco doesn't come with it. So like, it's not an easy task. So if you really want them or even considering them, I mean, it's not even that much money in the scheme of things. If you're looking at what the total Bronco costs, to just go ahead and do it. But I think they are in the Badlands. And I don't think it's a non-Sasquatch thing. I just think it's the trim level or an option that you kind of go with. Let's see. I think Area 51 blends well with the color of the MIC top. You know, Tim, I really think it's one of the colors that it really just flows with it, right? It's not anything, I don't know, like cactus gray and the MIC looks good together. I like the green and the MIC. When you get to the reds, I think the reds would look really good with a black painted top. But it looks good the way they are. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm just saying, you know, if we're trying to pick one over the other, maybe the reds, maybe the blues with the painted top. You know, I even like the idea of the white tops, and they're not pure white. They're sort of like an antique or an off-white, wouldn't you say?
Cream white.
You think it's actually cream white?
Mm-hmm.
All right, who wants it? Let me see. Would you guys be okay if I played a non-Bronco video on here? Like a really cool. And by the way, if you're watching this on a TV or if you have really good speakers on your computer, you might want to go up with the volume there, see what it sounds like. Let's see. Jeffrey Babb, still waiting on my 3/3/21 order. Wow, man, we were talking about that yesterday. Overlanding for fun. The switches are an option on the base Big Ben OBX video coming soon. Perfect. Well, there you go. So if you haven't already, by the way, everyone watching, Overlanding for Fun. If you haven't been to his channel, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, head on over, hit subscribe, watch the videos and hit like on them there. He's got some great content. He has a video coming out on that soon, and that's going to answer that question. That's awesome. Yep. And, let's see, there we go. All right, so y'all want to hear this video? Let's go ahead and do this. I was going to wait for Becky, but who knows where she is. I believe it does. Favorite color outside of Area 51, eruption green, does the Badlands. I'm just sorry. I'm going back through those comments really quick. When she gets up here, she's going to help me with the comments. Yep, let's see. I know when they close the order bank, not sure about making the changes. Yeah, Bronco 78. I would highly suggest you go to the Bronco Nation and check out that article. It does say in there pretty clear. I'm sure you can see it. You could probably just look anywhere for it, but I know you can find it there. There were two trims that you could change something on, and I thought it was Everglades and the Bronco Raptor. Gavin, really quick before we get into this video, because I've got to find it. Now I'm not going to be able to see the comments for just 1 second, so. Yeah, and for everyone that has received their Bronco since our last stream this week, or if I didn't say it last week, congratulations. That is awesome. If it's on the way and you've got notification, it's really cool. If you haven't even gotten a build date yet, I'm sorry. I wish we could, do that and fix it, but we can't. And Tim, I was going to try this weekend to do the MPG challenge. So we're kind of working on something there, but we didn't have timing, right? So are you all right, man? You got like the sniffles and everything. I think Gavin's coming off of his birthday party sugar thing today. I said, did you see that Ford building prices updated to reflect some increase in the base pricing for all models? Yes, I actually did see that. And it's I mean, look around, everything else is going up. They are. I'm actually shocked when I looked at some of the increases that they didn't go up as much as they could have. And I do think that there's probably something else in maybe for this year for a price increase, but who knows? We have some really screwed up stuff going on in the world right now, and who knows? All right, let's get to this video here. So Gavin, you want to talk about your day there, or you're like falling apart on me over here? Yeah. See, you got the spiky hair going on.
My nose. All right.
Yeah, you're fine. All right, let's do this. All right, folks, turn your volume up and tell me what you think. I think we're going to have to minimize ourselves here. Yeah. Tell me what you think. And this video is only a minute long, so hang in there. And when we get back, I want to hear some chats about it, and tell me if you think I ought to get back into doing a hot rodder and just keep it hung up on the closet. All right. All right, so there you go. What do you think? It's you see the
nice.
you can see the cobwebs all underneath it and everything else. I think if you look at take how does this relate to Bronco? If you look at an early Bronco, right? And if you really wanted to like make one, what do you say, rock crawler, hot rod, but mud bogger or whatever, obviously it would be a different setup, but I think that kind of overall, hey, you want to tell your mom she's ready?
Yeah.
All right, come on. Yeah, sorry. Gavin's got a split. He's got some allergy stuff going on or something. But anyway, it was kind of fun. Cobwebs all over the car and everything else. Been sitting there really since September 2019. And, not too bad, but went into the engine, did a bunch of cool stuff, and there you go. So having fun with it anyway. But that's it. So let me get back to the comments here. Boom. Let's see. Yeah. Bronco 78. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hit the like button here. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Really appreciate that. And the bell icon, we go live. But yeah, the Bronco stuff, the really good thing about it is with the EcoBoost, whether you're going 2.7 or 2.3, is the fact that we have horsepower and torque right out of the box, right from the factory, and you don't have to do a lot of modifications. So, I don't know if I want to start wrenching on this one. I really, the customization, the accessories and things like that's what I'm more interested in. Right. So I think that's where we're going to spend our time, our money, and, the wrenching away. So, hey, Nick, how you doing? We're doing good. We are doing excellent. So I think that's where I'm going to spend our time. And I think we finally have the product in to do our modification. It's just a small little thing to our swing gate folding table. So I have a little something we're doing to that this week, depending on the weather again, because I just, I'm not going to do it on a dreary, depressing, cloudy day, but I'd like to have this nice drive set up for our MPG challenge. So we wanted to do that. And, just a few things, but what's going to happen is the Broncos is going to start getting dirty as soon as the weather warms up. Like a lot of people, we're going to start getting out, and yeah. So anyway, when are you going to install a supercharger? You mean on the Mustang, Tim? Yeah, that's if you're talking about the Mustang, that is a no-go. That car has way too much compression. That's 13.5 to 1. And we changed the duration of the cam. So it went from a longer lope. It's a shorter duration. You hear the chop in it. The valve event, they call it, between intake and exhaust is a little bit tighter. Engine's going to ramp up, wind up a lot quicker now. Before it was not a slug off the line, but it was a little sluggish. We've cleaned that up. Yesterday was, wow. Hey, Ryan, how are you doing? Hello from Atlanta. Well, awesome. Thanks for joining us from Atlanta. Yeah, the overlanding for fun. The issue with that engine is for a supercharger, you have to go with a lower compression because, yeah, it wouldn't work. But, technology's changed a lot since. So I built the engine in 2003 for the old Mustang, and we put it in the car in early 04 and cranked it up for the first time in April of 04. So that car is coming up on at least the bottom end of that engine on some age. Oh, here comes the boss. And we're going to, by the way, our next thing we're going to talk about is how Becky likes her 22 Badlands. Yeah. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
I'm great. Thank you.
Gavin was falling apart on us up here.
Was he?
Has a little allergies going on all of a sudden.
No.
So anyway,
Tis the season.
Tis the season. So come on in and join us. Here's your headphones. Get ready, get all hooked up so you can hear what's happening. Andrea, thank you so much. Appreciate that super chat. That is awesome.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you. I really appreciate, the super chats really help our channel out and helps us to get all this cool stuff, and so that we can try to create a little better show. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And you're local, right? And you've joined the Virginia Broncos group, which I want to tell everybody on here, if you're watching now or you're watching on replay, if you live in Virginia and you own a Bronco or you have one on the way, look up Virginia Broncos on Facebook. It's a Facebook group, and request to join. And as long as you live in Virginia, we love to have you. But my point of that was we're going to start getting together and meet Andrea soon.
I know. I think that would be great to meet all the local Bronco owners in the area. I drive past them all the time now.
Yeah, it's like we need to start communicating a little bit.
And it's kind of bad because the other day we were on, I can't remember what interstate, maybe 264, heading to the oceanfront, and we saw one get up on the ramp, and Gavin's like, "Go, Mom, catch up."
Yeah, it's like, look. So Nick says he has 1970. Wow. You want to help me with the comments on your side there?
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
1970. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Ryan, which color looks better when it gets dirty, the blue or the green?
I think the blue hides it better.
You think?
Yeah.
So here's
the green being a darker color, it does show dirt.
You're right.
A little better than the Area 51.
Because what do I ask you? Geez, where'd you drive today? So here's the thing about the Area 51 though. It looks like a pale blue, grayish blue when it gets dusty. We saw the pictures early on when I was going back and forth between, I struggle with that.
That was a struggle.
Yeah, that was a struggle. Like, you almost got me meds for that struggle, right?
Yeah, like every other day I was like, what color should I pick? I'm like, I thought you picked. And then every day he was waffling.
Yeah. So what happened was I would see these pictures of Broncos out at Moab, and they were really dusty. And I'm thinking, man, it's like a bluish, weird white gray color. And I didn't know if I liked it. And then you would see one clean.
Color's beautiful.
Like, man, I'm back
really
in, and that's why we were going back and forth. So to answer your question, the blue hides it better, but the blue looks obviously, like any color, I guess. When it's clean, it looks richer. But I think that the green does show it more, and you probably end up washing. If you like a clean vehicle, you'll probably end up washing the green more often.
The green's awesome. It's beautiful. It has the flecks in it. So depending on how the sun hits it too, you get a variety of colors. It's like a chameleon. It's amazing. But I believe it does show dirt a little more than the Area 51.
All right. So what do you think? Because you like cars, vehicles, SUVs, stuff like that. You like your Rover. So what do you think about the Bronco? If you look at it from not being this enthusiast like Gavin and I and just about everyone watching here, what do you think about it as a new vehicle?
I really like it. It's a different car than the Rover. And Gavin always asks me, Mom, what do you like better, the Rover or the Bronco? But they're two different vehicles, honestly. But I like the way that it sits up higher than the Rover. I do have to kind of jump into it.
Oh, I don't bite, by the way.
Oh,
you see on the screen, you're almost off the screen.
Well, this table's a little wonky.
I know.
But anyways, you do share the same bed.
That's not that show though, right?
No, I'm just saying.
Gosh,
but anyways,
Becky.
sorry. But
I'm kidding.
We're married.
This is like marriage counseling or not? No.
But so long term for me, because I'm shorter than him,
right,
I would need some kind of step up bar, because if on the rare occasion that I do wear a skirt or a dress, that would be a little interesting to climb up, because I am a bit shorter than he is. I don't have any problems getting in, but Jeans are fine.
You don't have to get a running start. But
No, but like when I do wear high boots or shoes, which I do often, it is a little more challenging to get in.
So what you need is a Raptor, a Bronco Raptor,
Oh, yeah.
because the
There's
Bronco
sales
Raptor
pitch.
has the side step mounted directly to the rock rail, and it's removable.
Oh, wow.
So for the fact, even with bigger tires, more travel, suspension travel, more ground clearance because of the tires and the suspension, you could get in that easier than you could your 22 Badlands. Okay. So when can we go get you signed up to get one?
I'm not ready for that yet.
Now, I actually told everyone I have a video coming out this week about that. My thoughts on it, and finally made a decision on that. Which no hints,
no hints,
no hints, no hints.
Wait for the video.
Yeah. So the thing that I have is I legitimately feel bad if you've been waiting on a Bronco and you haven't got, like we've said it not 1,000 times, but at least 10 times that we wanted to push the second one back to the end of this year, but it just happened. So the video coming out, keep an eye out for this week. I don't know if it'll be Wednesday. Maybe we're going to do it. Not a long video, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. So it'll be one of our shorter videos ever, other than a YouTube short, which we need to start doing YouTube shorts again. We did a couple, and it's kind of fun. You think? Mm-hmm. So in the Bronco, getting back to the Bronco, what do you think about acceleration compared to your Range Rover Sport?
So the Range Rover is a beast, 515 horsepower. I'm not sure where the torque is in comparison to the Bronco, but you can accelerate very quickly.
Remember, torque is the ability to spin the wheel. Horsepower, horsepower gets you there quicker.
Okay.
That's kind of a breakdown.
But I know. I'm the non-techie person when it comes to cars.
No, sorry, I interrupted you.
But as far as the pep, I mean, it's got it.
Yeah.
It really can accelerate, although we're still right under the 2,000-mile threshold, so I'm not really able legally by my husband.
Actually, I went over today.
To put my foot. Oh, you did.
Yeah.
So now I can really put my foot in it.
We're doing the oil change first. And YouTube.
Stickler by the rules.
YouTube world, no fears, but there will be another YouTube oil change video.
And I'm sure you'll get comments about why is it
another oil change. But actually, this one is going to be so funny because we're going to do it in clips.
Okay.
This is the hood.
It's going to be short.
This is the oil cap. That's how we're going to edit it.
We're going to please the masses.
It's going to look like hood, oil cap, filter, plug, oil drain.
Okay.
What's our buddy? I don't think he calls it the dipstick. What does he call it? The blood stick over at Vice Grip Garage.
Oh my gosh, he's so funny.
If you look,
all I remember are sparkulators.
If we need sparkulators
for the spark
plugs, gas. What does he say?
I can't
something
even keep
making
track
it happen. Fuel making it happen, or carburetor.
He's so funny.
If you ever watch Vice Grip Garage, the guy is
very entertaining.
He's for a bad day at work, just come home and watch his channel, and in like an hour you'll be in a good mood.
Well, and the funny thing is, I'm not a car person as far as.
Look here. So you got to answer this one here. Go back up to sounds like right here. Go to that comment.
Who's the boss in the house?
Yeah, Overlanding for Fun. Sound like you made a case.
Yes. So I was told that I should not really step on it until 2,000 miles, but since we've now surpassed that.
No, hold on
I'm
a second.
Definitely going to put my foot on it because I just don't ever want to be blamed for something going wrong.
I don't,
because oh my gosh, you
it's a
put
Bronco.
your foot on it too much for 2,000 miles.
Lord. No spinning bearings. Remember that. No, it's and even at 2,000, you kind of 4,000 would be better. You ever move the goalpost?
No, we're not moving the goalpost. Life is too short, and I don't have enough time.
Jeez, yep. I hear you. Well, there you go. So
it's all about efficiency.
So the outer banks are in our future. Mm-hmm. I keep telling everybody, like, yeah, right. You've been saying it for 3 months.
Yeah, I know.
Every time we try to go, there's that something, the weather, the schedule, something like that.
We got to hurry up and do it because all the kids' sports are getting ready to start up again.
Yeah, and they don't like you doing donuts on the soccer field or anything like that, right? Okay, shoot.
No, I guess go to jail for that.
Yeah. So we'll keep it off road. Yep. We'll keep it off road. Yep. So anyway, what else? So creature comforts compared to the Rover. Now, remember, we're
Okay.
not, here's the thing though, set this up. We're not saying it should feel like that because one is luxury,
They're
one is
different.
off-road.
They are two different cars.
I'm not trying to
or,
compare.
or SUVs. Yeah. As far as the Bronco goes, though, I like the fact that it does sit up higher than the Rover. I mean, it drives a little differently. It's not as smooth. The Rover has that air suspension, and it's automatically always leveling, so it's very smooth. But I think for an off-road vehicle, the Bronco's pretty darn smooth.
Yeah, it is.
But I like sitting up high. I
Well-
do. It accelerates nicely. The braking is great. The steering wheel is very comfortable, and it does have all of the creature comforts, the nice lane changing assist, all the bells and whistles, the safety functions. And Dwayne caught this the other day when when someone almost he had already seen him, but someone was coming onto the interstate, and the Bronco switched lanes on him.
The Bronco likes to turn the steering wheel.
Yeah, it does.
Keep you in the
lane assist,
in the lane. Yeah,
it's
pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't just like turn you hard left, but I mean, the vehicle starts doing that.
Yeah, it gets you out of harm's way.
Let's take a break real quick. Ryan, you said I like your justification about the capable bumper. I probably switch back and save some money. And so here's the thing. If you are likely to replace that bumper with aftermarket, then why go modular?
Right.
However, if you like the modular and you're going to add the fog lights to it, maybe a winch, maybe a bull bar or brush bar, any number of accessories that people are starting to make even if you're looking for a bigger approach angle, increasing the approach angle or more articulation for the wheels in rock crawling, you take the end caps off. But there's all types of things being made to go under those Bronco bolts on that modular bumper. But if none of that is in your wheelhouse, and if you like it the way it is, the capable bumper I like it because it has the recovery points and factory fog lights.
I like the capable bumper.
And it looks cool. But even then, if it comes standard and you think you're going to put an aftermarket bumper on, then there you go.
Yeah. See, for me, for an everyday driver, I have no plans of changing the bumper.
And I like the idea
or adding anything onto it personally. For me,
right? Well, and I like
that. But I'm not a rock crawler either. Like
right.
I really don't envision that.
Oh, you will be. You will
be.
We get you to Tennessee, you'll be like, yeah, up the mountains. You'll be good to go.
Maybe.
So, but what I was saying, I don't even know what I was saying. I was trying to get a point across until you wouldn't let me talk.
Sorry.
Man. Anyway, it was about the bumper. Oh, the fog lights. I like the fact that the fog lights are there, right? And I mean, right now I don't have to add any.
Ryan's asking about, have you seen the hidden winch for the 2.3 engine? That looks pretty sweet.
The hidden winch for the 2.3 engine?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hey, Ryan, I'm not. Are you talking for the? I don't understand how the winch and the inch
on the 2.3.
No, I don't know if it's a regular hidden winch for any of the Broncos, but is it the Everglades that you're talking about? Because that's definitely not hidden. That's sticking off the front of the vehicle. Let's see. Yeah, Bronco 78 says take her to Windrock. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, we had someone else out there. And we'll jump back to the comments, go back through them so we can try to catch up everything. Rock crawling at Supercell. Yeah, they take all those tours down there. I don't really know. I want to go see the abandoned town that's back in there if they're going through there.
Mm-hmm.
Just got a complete wire kit. Yeah. And by the way, Bronco 78, he has a Bronco he's going to tear apart this summer after Supercell.
Cool.
That's
a 78.
Yeah, that's a big,
awesome.
big task. How about the on the baseball field donuts?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, did you see that?
I just don't want to get in trouble.
Like I didn't even no, but you remember the video I showed you? It was out in San Diego.
Yeah,
the guy doing
No. The only donuts I've ever done are in the parking lot at the mall. The
okay,
kids
Bronco
were all
said
fascinated by that.
Rough country. Yeah, I have seen that. Only the 2.3. Let's see. It's aftermarket, not Everglades. I got you, Ryan. Thanks. I'm going to look into that. I think we need to do like that front bumper aftermarket, maybe video what's out there, right? Because some of them are pretty big. and the winches stick way out there, pretty far. When you tuck the winch further back and have a lot of structure in front of the winch itself on the bumper, if you get in a small fender bender, likely the
Ooh.
winch will survive, right?
Yeah.
Not having it to be the first thing out there.
True.
I saw that, and I think someone said it in a video not too long ago. They were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, great minds think alike, because I was thinking the same things. Like, there's not a lot there, right? I went to Syntec wiring harness, having Supercell. So I'm just reading some of y'all's comments. I believe the pick and showed a winch at SEMA. Yeah, they had a winch there that they were looking at. And have you seen her Bronco since she wrapped it? Krista Pickens, the Pickens,
I haven't seen it.
Party of 5. Yeah, it looks really cool. It was what was it? Cactus gray Outer Banks, and she wrapped it with this, or they wrapped it with this green army green.
Okay.
Oh, it looks really cool.
Cool.
Wish I lived closer so I could join everyone. Supercell.
Hey Nick, where are you located?
Atlanta, I think.
Oh, okay.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe I might be mistaken. Aren't you in Atlanta? It's in the comments.
Someone said Atlanta earlier.
Welcome from Atlanta. I think it was Nick. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so well, Tim, let's do that. The abandoned town is something cool. I mean, can you imagine? I just want to see it myself, but the filming there ought to be just.
Oh yeah.
I
definitely want to do that.
But I definitely want to do it. It's it's really cool. So, but Supercell, we still have to work out some logistics on that. I think it might be going at different times, coming back at once, right?
Yeah. It's a long week to take Gavin out of school.
Hey, has Haley chimed in yet? I think she said she was going
was
to.
she? No, I haven't seen her.
So let's get back to the Bronco for the 22, because that's what I don't want to do clickbait things. I actually want to talk about what we said.
Okay.
So we've covered the fact that you like the acceleration, at least what you've tried.
Yes.
You like the drive.
Yeah, it's very fun to drive.
And the IFS, the independent front suspension, is really comfortable. You're used to that in your car.
Mm-hmm.
But if you drove a Jeep, then you would really love this.
Never driven a Jeep,
right.
So I don't have that comparison.
All right, the B&O sound system. Some people don't like it. I personally like it.
I think it's great.
I mean,
the sound
you don't have any
awesome.
issues with it?
No. And especially, so it is essentially like you're driving a convertible. Whether it's a soft top or the MIC.
Mm-hmm.
The MIC is a little quieter than the soft top.
Right.
But it does remind me of driving a convertible. But it's, I've gotten so used to it, it's not a thing for me anymore. Even going from the Range Rover or the Explorer that we have to the Bronco, it's really not that noticeable. It's very comfortable.
And you accept the fact that it's going to make more noise because of what it is. It's an off-road vehicle.
It's what I expected.
I think Tim said that in one of the comments one time. It's like, look at the vehicle, what it is. And I think really, if you look at the class of vehicle that it's in, it's probably one of the quieter ones.
Well, and again,
compared to capability,
I do not have the comparison tool in my wheelhouse for a Jeep or anything else. I think it's pretty quiet, but now you do hear the tire noise a little bit because those are big tires.
Yeah, 35s. Yeah.
They're rolling. But it's very comfortable. It's not loud to me. I love the creature comforts, like the heated steering wheel that automatically comes on when it's cold, the seat heaters, which are really roasty.
They're crock pots.
Yeah, you do have to turn them down a bit.
Yeah, let me tell you, if you're not careful, you'll
cook yourself.
They're hot.
Yeah, they are. You could probably cook meat on the passenger side.
I mean, seriously, you could.
Hey, maybe that's how I can multitask now. I can start dinner on the passenger seat.
Just throw a roast on the passenger seat, and then what you can do is throw like a foil over the top of it. By the time you get home,
seriously, it'll be great.
Boom, there you go.
And so now we have a doodle visitor.
Yeah, just don't unplug anything, Doodle.
Chloe, you're going Doodle.
But yeah,
but I love the seats. They're comfortable. The steering wheel, everything. And as far as I know the Rover really molds to you and everything, but I'm still very comfortable in the Bronco. Yeah. Even though it is a manual pull your seat up kind of thing, it's fine.
Oh, Nick,
everything's fine.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Nick's from Washington State.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you're a little far.
Right. Yeah, you'll need to leave April
A
12th.
week in advance.
Yeah, well, April 10th or
Depending
11th.
on how.
No, if
much
you could
wanna
make it,
drive.
that would be awesome because you would probably, if there was an award for that, you'd be.
Well, he could go to what is it? Moab and
Well,
Supercell.
yeah, Supercell West, which
West,
is
yeah.
Colorado, and then there's something happening. Tim may know this one. Is it Wisconsin? There's another Supercell happening this year. I think I saw on the website.
When is that? Maybe
in the summer sometime,
okay.
maybe July. I want to say it was right around July 4th because I
So
looked
the
at.
weather will
Wouldn't it be
nice.
cool to go? But you're
Mhm.
stacking it, and I want us to plan that weekend in the Broncos out of here, out of the city.
Right.
And you think we can do that?
Maybe, I don't know.
Can I put you on
To
the
see.
spot, make you commit that
I'm
everyone
not
watching this right
committing
now?
to anything.
So glamping on your end. So Gavin and I can camp in the Bronco.
Yeah, I'll stay at a hotel. I'm fine with that.
Well, we'll rent a cabin with running water, heat, AC. We won't need heat, but AC, big screen TV.
Or actually, we'll make
And
this
then we
even
can
more
stay in the
interesting.
yard.
I'll just fly out and meet you guys.
Jeez.
I am not much of a long road tripper kind of girl.
Yeah, but you
Some
just said
road
you
trip,
just
I'm
said you
good.
only live once.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So you
I
got to
did,
take
I
that
did.
bucket list thing.
I
You got to
did.
do it. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is Wisconsin, and I want to say unless just in another space right here, but I remember thinking, wow, it's close to the 4th, and we're planning a trip away, so that definitely wouldn't work for us. Did you see North Shore Broncos video? Well, you did see it. We watched it last night.
snow?
Sleeping in the Bronco.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Yeah, Steph, if you're watching, that was a very funny.
That was
Just
great.
like
That
keep
was
rolling
great.
them out because between It's Fine and that one,
I
we
love
were
it.
in
It's
stitches.
fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So I use that on her now. Well, you've got it. It's fine. Fine.
Well, I think we both say that. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's fun. So great video, great little tagline, by the way. Let's see here. Yep, they're slowly adding them to the Bronco interest, and I think that's cool. Supercell's been here for a long time, right? When it was the early and late model Broncos, and I wonder. I guess it's a good thing, right? I mean, the group is getting bigger, right? The pond's getting bigger. There's more fish in it, so to speak. So. I mean, but then again, I haven't been going for these years, so I'd like to talk to someone that's been going for years. And what do you like the new, or do you like kind of how it was?
Mhm.
I think when groups grow, they stay around for a long time. And I know when we went last year, it was really cool to meet everyone there. It was fun stuff. So let's see. I'm headed to off-road Texas, camping in my trailer. Good deal.
Oh,
Did you,
wow.
Ryan?
That's
Did
a
you
long
see?
haul.
Yeah. Did you see? I dropped a video. Was it yesterday? Yesterday on where we kind of broke down. It was a video that's already on our YouTube channel, but kind of broke it down. That was the one where I was kind of talking about, hey, here's what we did. Here's what we're doing. It was fun for me. If you're an avid off-roader, maybe you don't see the interest or the value in it,
Mhm.
but for someone like me, I loved it. We met a lot of good people there. Met a lot of friends
You
there.
guys had a lot of fun.
Oh, we had a blast. And Alexa got to go on that
I
one
know. She really
because
enjoyed
Gavin was
that.
too young.
And he'll be too young again.
But if they do it one more year, I think he can
Well,
go.
because you have to be 13.
Yeah.
Or is it 12 or 13?
By the way, I don't know. Do you know? Does anyone know how long are they planning on doing these Bronco off-rodeos? I mean, initially I heard 3 years with an option for more.
For the last year. They do that.
So I don't know. It would be cool to know. Let's see.
It's killing him not to be there, though.
All right. So, yeah. Let's see here. Headed to camp in Colorado too. There's also Florence, Oregon. Okay. I did not know about the Florence, Oregon.
Wow.
Maybe. Yep.
That would be cool. That's a long haul, though.
Yeah. Yeah. John, good point. I kind of hope, because when I went there last year, it was just a great blend, but this year is going to be totally different. I mean, the Broncos that were there, and there were a lot of new Broncos there, but they were Ford vehicles that you couldn't drive unless it was a sport. You could drive the sports, but you couldn't drive the 2-door and the 4-doors. So, but yeah, this year's going to be a little bit different because of all the private vehicles. And one of the things I've been mentioning is that how many are you going to see with the ultimate performance, performance level done to them, or engine work, stuff that we haven't seen on social media. How many of them have cosmetic? How many are stock? I mean, ours at that point will be 99% stock. with slowly adding those features in there because I'm not quick to change it. I've kind of like the new. I like experiencing what we have, and then as I start to change stuff, we can kind of gauge from there. All right, let's move to the interior.
Okay.
In the 22 Bronco, when you're driving it, you said you like the wheel, you like to drive, you like the power, you like the color, the noise is good for you, you're good with that, you like the stereo. What about the overall in the feel of the interior, the cockpit, what do you call it, the ergonomics, where everything is in the Bronco?
The one thing that I have to get used to is where the window buttons are on the center. I'm not used to that. I'm used to them over on the door. So that's different, but I understand why they're there because it is an off-road vehicle that you can take the doors off. So guess what? You don't want the buttons on the door.
No.
So, going from one vehicle to the next, that is a little bit of a difference for me. But I think it's very
I wonder how many people have forgot
pleasing.
to put the windows down and they try to take the doors off. Because that's step one. Windows all the way down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but I think the interior, I really like that. What is it called? Marine grade. I really appreciate that. And like the WeatherTech like floor mats where you can spill something and you won't cry over spilled milk. That's my saying. I know in the Rover, that was one requirement for me because here it is, this fancy car, but I go to the barn and get muddy and dirty and have horsehair all over me. But I do have leather seats, so it brushes off, and there is some carpet in there. But the kids are always either at the ball field or the soccer field. And guess what? Their cleats bring in clods of mud and grass and everything.
Well, hey, now you have the
washout all
floor.
Dirty. Yeah. But I told Dwayne, I said, I won't have a car that I'm afraid to drive.
Right.
Because I just can't. Our lifestyle does not permit for that. I don't, we even went so far and I got the WeatherTech floor mat for the back, which has saved my bacon a few times with the kids spilling their drinks or whatever, or the milk spilling from the grocery store. I mean, that could happen to anyone. And instead of it ruining the carpet and making your whole car stink, it's on the mat that you can just sop up and move on. So I like that. I like the vinyl that you can just brush off, but it looks really nice. Sorry, the dog's
look. The dog's attacking
him. You can't see her on the video.
All right, Miss Chloe.
She's
so it was a good point about not being afraid. I mean, if you've seen some of these Broncos, they're not afraid to.
Well, and here's the thing: like you're paying that much money for a vehicle, you want to drive it and use it the way that it's intended, and not tiptoe around it.
Right.
That's
you don't buy this vehicle to sit in the driveway, sit in the garage. And hey, Ryan, thank you very much for that super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, that really, by the way, that really, really helps our channel. Let's see. Ryan's had a couple comments here. My twins will turn 15 tomorrow. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Girls or boys?
Looking forward to teaching.
Or both. The manual Bronco.
Actually, I think
I would be scared too.
I was, I haven't driven the manual, but I was watching North Shore's video, and I thought it was pretty cool about the stall and you mashing the clutch, it automatically.
Yeah, it has that feature. It's so cool.
I mean, when we stalled manuals that I used to drive, that was you're turning the key, getting it going.
And we're kind of faltering with the manual thing. We have one vehicle that's manual. It's his old 1991 Mustang GT 5.0. And it's on my list to take my daughters out to learn how to drive the manual transmission because they don't know. And you never know. Well, most vehicles are not manual these days. However, it's always a good resource to have. So that'll be fun. I'll be thinking of you. Maybe you should do a YouTube video on that. But I would be laughing so hard that I would be crying. And I guess we need to do that soon and maybe video because
I was negotiating with our dog here to
yeah, you can hear her sandpaper feet scruffing on you.
Dude, what are you doing? Ryan, by the way, a marine grade vinyl, the MGV is great. I like the washout feature.
Haven't washed it out yet. Haven't needed to.
We haven't needed to, but it is really good knowing that you're not going to end up with.
Well, and that's the thing, like everything in the Bronco, you can get it wet and you're not going to cry because it's not going to ruin it.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, it's that utility vehicle that you're
Mhm.
made to use. All right, so if we move away from the seats a little bit, and there again,
Oh.
Andrea earlier, thank you, and Ryan, thank you very much. What?
Ryan mentioned how they left the sunroof open in their Subaru during an overnight storm, and it all worked, but it smelled kind of bad.
Yeah.
So, girl and boy twins.
Wow.
You'll have to
Cool.
let us know how the driving goes.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So I remember that but it was in an automatic.
Yeah.
Big difference. Yeah.
And it was very tumultuous in the beginning. We
It
did
was-
this big video or big picture where we all had our riding helmets on.
Our all ATV helmets.
When
Yeah.
Haley learned to drive. She's 18 now. So she's been driving for a little bit, but we have one getting our learner's permit at the end of March. So we'll be wearing the helmets again.
Well, actually,
we'll do a YouTube video this time.
now Haley's at the airport right now. And so if you're watching, Haley, go ahead and chime in and tell us how did you feel when you got in the car and we all had helmets on? It was just funny. I need to show that video sometime.
That was
or that picture.
Just to taunt.
We
her
were,
a little
you
bit.
know, it's all fun and game. You're only that like first time driver once, right? So it was just fun stuff.
True about Christopher mentioned, and you know, I did think of that. Well, yeah, if you don't have the door, you don't need the switch. You're right about that. He was talking about why he didn't understand why the window switch can't be on the door.
You know, there was
That makes sense.
there was a video out there, and I think it broke it down. And maybe if you, I don't know, if you that doesn't. I was going to say maybe it's because if you take off the two front doors, you won't be able to control the back doors. I think maybe that was it. Even though if you were in that seat, you can control it on the door, but you know, typically on the driver's door,
but all the switches are in the middle.
well, like on the Explorer, they're on right. But the reason being, what if you took the two front doors off, but you wanted to leave the back doors on? You could still.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because
your main
then you
control's
couldn't
not
drive.
on your
True,
door, right?
True. That's a good
So
point.
that may have been the video. If not, wow, I got it. But no, I mean that's the first thing that comes to my mind. So why does it matter where the switches are? So I really don't know. Yeah, and Tim with Overlanding for Fun said there is nothing worse than stalling a manual on a hill with a car right behind you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is the
Amen,
worst.
brother. Let me tell you. And by the way, real quick, if you haven't, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. If you're not already subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it. And hit that bell icon and you'll know when we go live or drop a video, which is a lot now. And we're going to try to keep that pace up, aren't we? Or aren't I? With
you are.
With your coaching support and telling me to get out and film something and get it on. No, I'm just kidding.
Get off road.
Yeah, she's ready to go off road, which is really cool because I think you want to go. Well, I mean, we both want to go bad now, but you wanted to go before me.
Well, and I think I've become the more adventurous one. Like, let's just do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we need to think about and he's methodical. And
yeah, well, you want to be that air down and air up. So we have to get all that together, which we have. All right. So we're getting out of the seats. You know, you can drive it. You can hear the music. You like the gas. You like all that good stuff. The top. Oh, by the way, on the top, is it nice not to have the clicking?
Oh, it's amazing now because before I thought, oh dear God, what did we do? Like, I would not be driving this. Like, that is like Chinese water torture. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was bad. So what happened was, let's see, what did we do? I think it was like 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah.
You fixed it?
2 weeks ago that we did that. And we did the video today, dropped the video today. We haven't had any noise with it at all.
It's so quiet.
So that's a good thing. And when you go to the barn, what I want to ask you, you mentioned the barn earlier. When you go to the barn, how does everything fit? Now tell everyone, what do you carry to the barn when you go and how's it fit in a four-door?
Okay. So my gear fits great. I have a huge Western saddle and I have 2 pairs of boots and a helmet. And what else do I take? No. That's it for the back. Oh,
Laura.
That's my friend, my horse friend, Laura. She knows all about the barn. How much hay can you take or carry in the Bronco? I don't know, Laura. We will have to figure that out because
Laura, that's what your truck is for.
No, she puts it in the back of her car too. See, she's resourceful, just like me.
Wow.
Just like me. Us barn girls get it done.
Well, that's like, yeah, please don't carry hay in the Bronco.
But you know what? It's all like you take a little broom and you broom it
Oh,
out. It's not going to
Lord.
stick to the carpet. It's no big deal. It's fine, right? It's fine.
It's fine.
It's
All right,
fine. Laura,
learning-
we're going to test that because now we have to figure that out. How many hay bales can we get in the back of the Bronco? And see, right now we still have all of the bags back there as far as the door bags and what else?
We've
kind
kept
of bags?
everything. Well,
Everything's back there.
On the 22, the top panel bags.
Yeah,
are there.
everything's back there. And honestly, those bags take up a lot of space, I think. But aside from that, I can still put my saddles and everything in there comfortably and not worry about it.
Right.
And even groceries on top of that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all I do is go to the grocery store for my family. So it all fits.
Hey, Ryan, thanks for that comment, by the way. I appreciate that. Yeah, fixing the top. I just needed to come up with something there. And there again, just like in that video I said, of course, we can't recommend people do it, but it's what we did and it worked for us. So let's see. I want to go for Nick say he wants to go for riding a new Bronco. If you haven't, I think you're really, really going to like it. It really is. It's a comfortable ride. I was shocked the first time because I thought it'd be a little bit more going on. Yeah, it's cool.
I think it's really comfortable.
Yeah, Bronco 78 said that's what the washout floors are for. I'm assuming for the hay.
It might clog the hole. You just need a broom.
And a
Blow it out.
vacuum.
Yeah, that's all.
And did you see All Terrain today did a short? And it was funny. It's Kelly's Bronco until it's dirty, and then it's Dave's Bronco. That is you all the way. I think
get
you guys
yelled at all
you guys,
the time.
You don't get
He's like,
yelled at.
Not yelled
Where
at.
did you go?
No. But oh my gosh, look, I get it all clean and then you make it dirty. And then who cleans it? Me.
Yeah, I clean it.
But
and
I'm
then
like,
she's
it's
right
made
back off
to
the
get
race.
dirty. It is made to get dirty. Okay, so Laura, our challenge now, hopefully this coming weekend, because we have a date, we're gonna see how many hay bales we can fit in the back of the Eruption Green Bronco.
No, we're not.
And Dwayne is gonna film it and cringe the whole time.
No, we're not.
Yes, he
No.
is. It's gonna be
No.
awesome.
No hay.
Yes, it's just hay. It's dried grass.
It's just
not a big deal.
Okay. Well, let's see how much your Rover can carry.
I bet you it could carry maybe 6 bales.
Yeah, and thanks, Christopher, for that. I think I'm right, but who knows? If I'm not, it sounded cool. Hay bales in a Bronco. You want to do it sort of? Yeah. Yeah, Kyle, I hear you.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust my 5-year-old with no doors either.
You can sort it. You sort hay?
What do you mean, like sorting
Yeah,
horses,
well, I
sorting
guess.
cows? I think he's talking about sorting.
No, I think a
sorting
short,
cattle.
a YouTube short. I was going to say.
No, I think he's talking about sorting cattle.
No, well, a YouTube short. See right here, a YouTube short.
Well, yeah,
the very
I'm
next
sorry.
comment. So we could
fit
do
6
that.
bales in the back of our Jeep Liberty. I bet you we could stack 6.
Well, and then
See, now my mission is going to be to stack 7 or 8.
let's see, overlanding for fun. You guys are talking about it's fun thing to a new level. Yeah.
Hay sticks to the carpet, but we don't have carpet, so that's one good thing.
Well, maybe we could connect with Steph, and we could do the Instagram dual feed there.
Oh yeah, like what we
Like
did with Dave
did-
and Kelly.
Yeah. So we could do that, and as you're just cramming hay bales in there, and
Are you going to stack the hay?
no, then he can tell me it's fine. He can support
So
me,
what
telling me
yeah,
it's fine
what we'll
as you're
have
cramming
is,
this hay in the back of our new
We'll
Bronco.
have Haley or Gavin
Good
record it, and we'll
Lord.
make you stack hay.
Okay. All right. So let's see. 6 bales back of Jeep Liberty. All
George
right. Well,
can
there you go.
sort hay.
Terrence Mooney. What is up,
Hey,
my
Terrence. T Dizzle.
friend? I'm in trouble tonight, Terrence. You see who shows up when the boss is sitting next to you.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Get the hay in the
Mobilato.
trailer, but that's no fun, Ryan.
Yeah. Look, mobile. I tell you, like
we don't need a tarp. You just brush it up.
no, that's what the Rover is for, or the F-250.
But that's a truck. That's a whole bed
That's
of
kind of why
space.
Ford built it with a
Yeah,
bed to put stuff
But we're
in.
trying to push the Bronco to the limits to
Oh,
see
yeah.
how much you can really do.
So if you're going to film me stacking hay in the back of the Bronco, can I film you cleaning it out?
All I'm gonna do is get a broom or a vacuum. It's not a big deal. It's fine.
Mobile said I've been banned for the second time from
Bronco 6G.
All right,
For
well,
politics, sorry. Don't you know better than to talk politics?
please. You and I could probably chat all along, but not here, please.
Yeah, no politics.
I get it.
You know what they say? Don't ever discuss politics or religion. It just gets you in trouble.
Yeah, but right now it's such a hot issue. Let's not even. Let's go. Maybe you need a F-150 Raptor R. You know?
No, we haven't. We have an F-250.
Yeah,
we don't need an F-150.
But basically,
Raptor R.
like
Although Gavin would beg to differ on that.
Yeah.
He
Well, we need a Bronco Raptor R.
No,
but we need it.
We have 2 Broncos. We're good.
Well, that's what
we're at full capacity.
What comes after 2? 3. And then Haley's, and then Alexa's.
You sell one and get a third, which becomes 2.
Yeah, let's see. Or
just let the wind blow it out. I like that idea, Karen.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
actually,
Mobile, I got you.
If Dwayne would tell the story, that's exactly what would happen. I'll just roll down the windows or take the top off and let it all blow out, and then we're good. It's fine.
It's fine. There we go again. See, Tim, see what I have to deal with now?
It's
that one video.
Fine.
That one video now, everything is fine.
It's all fine. It can all be fixed. It's fine.
Where she could be driving across ice, it's cracking, the Bronco's sinking. It's fine.
It's made for off-roading. It's fine.
Oh Lord. Let's see. You can take the top off the Bronco after holding the hand. Yeah.
Leaf blower. Yeah. See? Smart thinking.
All right, Tim. I'll drive it all the way out to Indiana.
And not harder.
Well, both. You got to work smarter and harder. You know what I think about that saying. I don't like that. That's what's wrong with the barrel. No, seriously, I'll drive the Bronco out to Indiana and you can help me detail it. Boy, there's a YouTube video.
No, actually, we'll just make the kids do it. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
There you go. Keep.
Let's see, a truck for every occasion. You know, so the Bronco, the Raptor F-150, it is I see a lot of them on job sites. I think David was talking about that, because he's
really,
surveying and stuff like that. Well, we're in the construction, building, real estate, mainly building. I'm not just a builder. We do a lot of flips, which are we going to say that word here? The flips. We don't generally like to use that term flips because it's so entry level, but we renovate and sell, buy, renovate and sell. There you go.
We better.
We improve the space.
We better things.
We rejuvenate, bring back to life houses that. I see. That's what
Ryan
my wife
said. Yeah, well, we have 3 kids too. We're there.
I'm already outnumbered because here's the thing about Gavin. Now, Gavin and I are tight, right? We do a lot of stuff together. But if it comes down to a tiebreaker, that boy will, whatever she says.
He's got my back.
He would go.
He has my heart and my back.
If you said, clean up your room, Gavin, I was like, no, Gavin, you don't have to. He would still go with, okay, I'll clean it up, Mom. Like he just loves his mom.
He's very sweet.
I think he loves me.
Oh, no, he does. No, actually,
but I get it. He's
but if
like
it were,
the mother
if
connection
you were
thing.
giving him an out to doing something that I told him, he would side with you. So, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes he knows he needs to do something, so he's going for. You're like, yeah, sure. I'm trying to say.
But you're right. He always takes my side.
Yeah. All right, back to the Broncos. What else other than the hay? We got on this hay thing. Are you looking forward to? Will you realistically take the top panels off by yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's right. I know it's easy, but
easy.
I mean, you don't have any issues doing it whatsoever. Mm-hmm. You're just going to get up there and do it, and make it happen.
Yeah. So I'm good with that. It's not hard. I'm not going to break a nail or anything. Not that I have any to break any ways, but yeah.
Yeah, mobile.
Yeah.
I get it. Unless it's a legitimate work truck, but you take like a Bronco Raptor. I mean, a Raptor F-150. There's going to be a Ranger soon, so we're going to have to really. Used to you could say Raptor. Now you have to be clear about what you're talking about. Yeah, I get it, man. I see them sitting out there, and I'm thinking, man, I wouldn't have mine there.
Another place to quickly destroy your nice car is park close to a softball or a baseball field. See how that one goes.
At Mobile, I did not see that TFL video yet. I will check it out. I watch a lot of their content, but I I've been so involved with trying to get stuff out. Yeah, I'm trying to do a video a day. Let's see how long it lasts. You guys coach me into that.
No, it'll be great.
It'll be fine. It's fine. But anyway, so yeah, we'll. I haven't been doing a lot of watching of YouTube because I've been kind of working, and I do have a day job. Let's see, what do you have over there?
I think I've got the same things.
You got everything. I drive a used
garbage.
I hear you.
Oh my
I hear you.
That's so funny.
The average person 3. Yeah, you know what? And I'll tell you, up until and this is going to sound crazy, not the most capable truck, but I think we mentioned this last week or the week before. One of the best trucks I've ever owned was like a $500 1985 or 86 Ford Ranger, all manual, no AC, no power. When I say manual, I mean a manual transmission, manual windows, cranks, no AC.
There's less to go wrong.
It was I think it was a 2300 in it, a Lima 4-cylinder. And the guy that I bought it from painted it with a brush.
Oh, wow.
It was just, it was originally black.
Not even a spray can.
It was originally black, and he painted it with a brush. And so he had like some serious stroke marks in that thing. And you could see a little bit of the black trying to come through. So it was this weird kind of, let me do the whole.
It was very crafty.
It was a weird, like,
it was an
paper
original.
mache
It was an
looking-
original.
It was original. And the best part about that truck is when you were cruising down the road, if you turned the ignition off and pumped the gas and turned the key back on, man,
Is that the one that would blow?
the exhaust.
See,
You know,
okay,
you
so there's
can't-
something to be said though about that vehicle that you're just not afraid to mess it up even more. Like it doesn't matter. It's fine. Like the Expedition jumping the railroad tracks. You know, if you have a little thing come off, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's
Hey,
fine.
sorry, we need to quit. That's like his stick.
I
Now,
know
you're
that
returning.
is, but
So, Nick, what about the TFL video? Yeah, mobile briefly. I mean, I don't want to look it up now, obviously, but briefly, what was in a reference to? And you did say that, and this is mobile again. They made millions of them. Speaking about the Ford Ranger, and they are, they are amazing little trucks. I'm glad to see the Ranger making that big push and that comeback, and the Raptor Ranger that's coming out.
It's like a little race truck.
Oh yeah, it's a hot rod. I mean, it's cool.
That's pretty.
It's going to be very, very, very capable for sure.
So, Ryan mentioned he likes the roof rack look, but he wouldn't want to have it because he would want to take the top off quickly, and that you should make a video of you and Gavin taking the top off Mom's Bronco. And it's funny that you should mention that because that is actually, it's been on our agenda for months now. Well, even before we got the green one. Yeah, so, it's been on our list of to-dos. So
Gavin can actually put the soft top all the way back. Well, he can even get the windows out. It'd take him a little bit longer.
Yeah, but he could totally do it. Like that's super easy.
Putting them back in was an issue, right? So putting them back in wasn't happening, but he was able to put the top all the way back, and he did it from kind of cool standing up in the Bronco. Mm-hmm. I was right there with him.
It's good.
I was right there with him, but he just wanted to see if he could do it. And sure enough, so yeah, we're going to do a video about that, and also the panels.
And the hardtop.
And I do get it about the roof racks. There is a way you have to undo the latch, the front latch, and then once you get everything unlatched, you kind of move it out of place, and then you close that latch back, and it kind of slides out. I'm
gonna have to say goodbye. Haley's calling, and I'm not sure because she's.
All right, yeah. So our daughter's flying in, so we have to.
So it's been nice seeing all of you tonight, or talking to all of you
chatting.
Tonight. So
if you could see them, that'd just be straight up.
That would be so cool if we could do like a big Zoom or something.
Well, you can. We could do a big Zoom.
That would be neat.
Wouldn't that be
to
cool?
see faces with names?
Well, Tony Robbins was the first one to do that massive.
Yeah, it was huge.
Remember?
Thousands and thousands.
I was a part of that too, by the way. It was pretty cool. Nothing official, meaning I joined it and as a spectator, and it was a really cool event. Yeah. So,
but I really like being here and seeing all the common visitors, the same people every week. It's awesome. And I know a lot of people are going to Supercell East, and I'm so excited to meet up with them.
That's going to be cool.
And to
So
meet them face to face. It'll be
we're going to
fun.
have fun,
Mhm.
and don't we'll figure out where we're staying.
Yeah.
Might be sleeping in the Broncos.
In a tent.
A tent.
It'll be okay.
In a Walmart parking lot.
Wally docking.
Wally docking.
In a tent.
Cracker
Broncos?
Barrel. Cracker Barrel. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully we can find a place.
Yeah, but y'all have fun. It was great being here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
y'all
cut out.
are not going to be here too much longer because I have to go pick my daughter up from the airport, which I'm
Everyone
excited.
take care. Be good. Have
Right.
fun.
See you later. Is dinner ready yet?
Oh yeah, it's very ready.
All right, everyone.
Okay,
So
let me not-
I'm back. Yeah, we need the cords connected. Anyway, so before we wrap it up today, don't worry, we're not going right now. What are some of the things that you would like to see videos on? So I'm looking for ideas that, I already have my own ideas, but I'd like to know not just to do them, but what's aggravating you? What do you wish you could see or know or find out or whatever? So I think that'd be a good subject for me to talk about. I see some Ranger comments coming in here. Hey, Mobile, how many cars and truck combined? How many do you have? Just curious. Or do you just buy and sell, or do you have all of these at one time, or is it just kind of like me, almost a revolving door at some point? Let's see. Very competitive Bronco 4-door. Wow. Yeah, I'll tell you something. As Range Rover fans as well, the Discovery's cool, but to me, for off-roading, there's no practical comparison, right? The Bronco wins. And I know I could get into this car review argument with somebody about back and forth, and I get it. The Discovery has things the Bronco doesn't have and vice versa. I just think the Bronco was built more for the off-roading than the Discovery. Discovery's a cool vehicle. It's nice. You see it off-road. In the videos, I've never seen one myself off-road, a newer one. But they're very nice. We love the Range Rover Sports. Discoveries are pretty cool. That I've got to get used to I think it's the C pillar in the back where the panel is over the glass, and that panel's there to hide the whatever. I think it's the C pillar, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can correct me. That's kind of different, but also it's kind of cool, right? If every vehicle looked the same, where's the fun in that? Let's see. Terrence Moody had a 1999 Ranger. Pretty cool. I'll get back some of these comments here. Ryan, you have a good point there. So yeah, if one of us gets stuck, we have each other there to get us out, unless we're going. Hopefully we'll be going with a group most of the time. But when it goes to the Outer Banks, it'll just be the two of us. Well, I mean the kids too, but I mean the two vehicles. Unless we hook up with somebody down there and they want to go, or we have some friends that want to go down there with us or whatever, we'll go. Let's see. When is Ford going to release the Lincoln version of the Bronco? Hopefully never. You never know, right? But I think when you look at thinking about Bronco as a sub-brand, that's why there's the 3, or Mustang, that's why there's the 2. F-150 or F series, I should say. And that's why, there's F series goes all the way up to 650. But you think about what they call it, domestic use pickup trucks or something like that. Generally it's 150 and 250. So there's that brand. I don't think they're looking to go outside, of that, but you never know. They did it with the Explorer, didn't they? And the Expedition and plenty of other things. Wow, 13 vehicles. Well, good for you, man. That's awesome. That's fun stuff there, by the way. Let's see. All righty, the video idea, the Bronco video. Yeah, getting the Bronco dirty, clean it up. I get it. That's good content. I mean, that's good. It's not good for me, but I'll get over it. And I think what happens is that it's only new once. So you're getting some of the footage, you're getting some of the content now. That's why that's my excuse anyway. And so once it gets dirty, then, then it's done. Nurse AJ, hello, how are you? Dinner at friend's house. Well, you know what? You can always see this on replay. I appreciate you being here. Dinner at friends is a little more important, I think, especially nowadays. Let's see, everyone. Yeah, funny thing is, we had someone check in the other day. They actually, someone that I do work not with, but around in the real estate space, and they chimed in. They said, well, they called me. This was last week, and said, "Man, you're like, you're laughing and you're joking around and laid back. You're not that way at work." I'm like, "No, like I'm at work. I'm on a mission. Like, that's it. There's one goal, and I set that goal every day when I get up, and that's but when I come home, this is me. And so I'm at home, and that's what you see. So anyway, I'm a naturally laid back person, but yeah, I got to be uptight. But my point of saying that is at friend's house, there's no better time than that. So let's see, borrow Bronco Everglades and video from when's Ford walk around and drive. So Ryan, that's a good point. I think though that with the Everglades, it'll depend on when they get one. It'll definitely be someone's ordered unit. So it'll just basically depend on whether they're okay with it or not. If they are, I definitely want to do one because the Everglades is a cool vehicle. I mean, it really is. It's not the trim for me. The trim for me would be obviously that Raptor stuff. But like I said, we have a video coming out. Watch for it Tuesday or Wednesday, and I guess I could say it now, but I think I can say it better in this video, and everyone can see it, and it's kind of cool. And I think you'll understand where I come from when I have to say it. Let's see. Always like seeing accessory videos. Finally pulling the trigger and getting a few myself. So Kyle, awesome. That is the cool thing about it, and I've noticed the algorithm. It doesn't lie. I mean, when you have accessory videos happening, a lot of people are interested. The bumper video, a lot of people wanted to see the two next to each other. And there may be a video out there, but I didn't see it, of a modular and a capable on real Broncos in a driveway next to each other. And so you can kind of do the back and forth. Of course, you can always look at it online and compare, and that's cool too. But the idea is that we have this luxury of being able to compare these two and to see the differences in them. I mean, when we've thought about this video for comparing the 21 and the 22, and we've realized that we cannot do it in one video. So one will be sort of a suspension undercarriage type thing, and one will be, inside and maybe the engine compartment. And there's more changes than you think. And I mean, it's not like there's 100, but they've added the rear sway bar on the 4-door Sasquatches. That was sort of a engineering thing that just showed up. A run change. There was also the running change with the temperature selector dial, putting the temperature on the touchscreen and not on the dial, which I could honestly care less about. Doesn't bother me one bit. It's just noting it's changed. And but the comparison videos, how we do it is going to be critical because, if it's too long, right, it doesn't work. So I think one underneath, one under the hood, one inside. And if there's not a lot of changes, it won't be a long video. The top video is different because obviously the top is different, and that's not a year-over-year thing. That is a trim or a model. One's an option, soft top, hard top, or MIC. But anyway, I think those are going to be very, very cool. So the accessory stuff, and we are going to add a few more accessories. We have one on the way now. The oil analysis video, we've pushed that back a little bit. Have something before that, and then that'll happen. And we will go from there. Let's see here. But Ryan, that's a really good idea. And they're very cool there. So if the buyer is okay with it, yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine with it as well. Let's see, advertising the water fording capability of the Everglades. But yeah, that's a very good point. Bronco 78 said Ford advertising the water fording capability of the Everglades, which is like 35.9, 38, 35.8, something like that. But it's like roughly 36 inches, right? I mean, who's counting with little waves? Oh, let's see, but have not seen any mention of the Bronco Raptor. So some of the content on the Bronco Raptor is being held back, like the engine, horsepower, and torque, which I originally said it could be in the high fours. I think realistically, I'm looking at 445 to 465, but probably toward that 445 mark. I don't know why. Like I see some weird number, 446, right? Or something like that. Let's see. They'll announce it soon. But there's a lot of content about the Bronco Raptor that hasn't been released yet. And for whether it's if you put too much info out there at first, some things don't really stand out, right? They get lost in the shuffle. But that Bronco Raptor, I mean, some people don't like the fender flares and some don't like the price. And I really think it's cool how they're giving the options to existing order holders over someone like me that would want one. I think that was the absolute best decision. And so we'll see how many current order holders take them, and maybe all of them, and that would be cool. But my point being is that I think at some point they released a lot of information at Chicago, and out at was it John? I'm drawing a blank. King of Hammers, and of course, then they lifted the embargo for the people, the influencers that went out and actually were able to do reviews. Which, by the way, Ford, if anybody's watching, I'll pay my own way. I just want to I want to do a review of a Ford Bronco Raptor. I think it would be awesome to be able to see that thing. I do have some questions about the engine though. Before I ask them here, I kind of know engines a little bit, but there's something mobile. Maybe you know this. So the 3.0 that we typically know of in the Explorer and the Lincoln Aviator. It's aluminum. It's all aluminum, heads, block. Am I wrong? So let me know. Is All Terrain? Hey, All Terrain's here. What's up, Dave? How are you? Let's see. Yeah. Well, Dave might have still been watching the Bronco. I saw the short today. It was pretty cool, by the way. Well, good deal. Yeah, you and Kelly, y'all need some downtime away from everything there. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. If you have a 2.3 engine grade, what grade you do first to avoid your warranty? Well, see, Ryan, that's the other thing. I don't want to give bad advice here. I can tell you, like, if I had one, what would I do? I did check with the service manager that I know at a Ford dealership, and I asked him. I said, "Listen, if I install a oil catch can, I know it only helps an engine. I know that, but the politics, will it affect the warranty?" And he told me no. And so I'm like, all right, cool. So there's that thing that I want to do. But to a 2.3, if it were me, if it was my Bronco, I'm not telling you to do it. And I asked, will this void a warranty? Because I don't want to get caught in that gray area. It would be an oil catch can first, because that is a direct injection, not a dual injection engine. So I would really, if it was mine, I'd protect that. But I don't really know. I think it depends on what you're going after. You just want to mod the engine, or is there a certain goal you're going after? The engine is pretty capable. No doubt, a lot of horsepower, a lot of torque for what it is. It's not like the Mustang engine. I mean, it's the same engine, different tuning, different cylinder head from what someone's telling me. I could be wrong on that. But there's some differences in there. And, over the years, they changed the pistons, the injector pockets. They kind of moved those around. Compression is slightly different in different trims. So if you look at, the Bronco, some people say it's 10 to 1. It's 10.3 to 1. But yeah, 2.7 and F-150, maybe 9.5 or 9.7. Anyway, it all changes. So I don't really know. Yeah, that's right. Hey, All Terrain, are you talking about now, like on the live, or are you talking about later? I don't really know. But, and by the way, I didn't get to see, I got the notification with the Bronco Raptor build and price that you did. You beat me to it. We were trying to do it yesterday, ran out of time. And hey, you want to message me your email real quick? Let's see if we can connect you here. See if I can do this on the spot. Might get interesting. Hey, you can actually host the show as my guest while I go eat dinner. How's that? But no, this, well, I would like to get Dave's opinion on something, by the way. Maybe on here. So, first mod, the first, I think, thing that we're going to do is maybe we're going to do the storage, the rear storage, since, when you install that, you lose the capability of carrying your doors with you. But I mean, realistically, I don't think we're going to load the doors up and carry them with us. So, Dave's put me on the spot. Hey, everyone, comment amongst yourselves for a minute. Help me out here a little bit. Hang on. All right, I'm back. Hey, Dave, I need your email. Can't log in right now, some Facebook thing. And unfortunately, with 28 people watching, I am not going to try to figure that one out. I'm not as tech savvy as you. So in the Broncos, first thing that we're going to do, does anyone want to see a wash video? Like I talked to the person at the body shop and I said, look, I want to keep these swirls out as much as possible. And I don't want to do the PPF, at least all over the Bronco, and just without doing any of that. So we're going to do ceramic, but there's a pretty cool way that I actually learned, believe it or not, learned how to wash a vehicle and limit the marks. I did not know that was a thing. And I don't know if you know, but there's some ways of washing a vehicle out there that you just would not believe cuts down on the halos or the swirl marks. I thought it was interesting. So I started off with both of the Broncos washing it this way, and we'll see how long it lasts, Let's see. Video idea. Wouldn't it be fun to pick a price points, 40 to 50,000, 60,000? How would you spec the best Bronco in configuration? Bingo, Ryan. Perfect. I think I'll try to put something together right there and mention you in the comments or in the description, because that would be cool. Because if you're starting at a budget, whether it's what you can or what you want to be, whatever, it doesn't matter. A number you're comfortable with, right? And you want to know what is the best. I wouldn't say best. What's the most capable for what you want, right? Because someone that wants a base Bronco to drive on the street, they're not interested in some of the stuff that, we are in the Badlands, right? So target price and what you want to do with it, and take the capability and the price and put it together. That would be the cool thing. I think, that to me, that would be the way to go. So that's a great idea. I do appreciate that way. Do all the 22 said Broncos have rear sway bar? So it's told to me that the 22 4-door Sasquatch Broncos are the ones with the rear sway bar added. So unless something has changed, I don't know. If you'll bear with me here, let's see if we can add Dave here. So I think, I was watching a Bronco Nation video, and I think they were mentioning on there that it wasn't like this. It wasn't a big announcement. It just kind of happened, and then they found out about it. So, I don't know. send it here. All right, we're back. Appreciate everybody hanging out. All Terrain, thank you very much for that super chat. I do appreciate you, my friend. Let's see. Not convinced that's enough to go back. Just has though. I can agree with that. Brent Berryman said, not convinced that's enough to go back to SAS. All right, everyone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Cool. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. I thought I didn't see the family there, and it looks like I was a little late getting to your show tonight, but I was like, man,
I need a co-host, Dave.
oh no, I wanted to talk to Dwayne in it.
Yeah, so Gavin started the show, but he was at a friend's party today, and his allergies started kicking in, and then Becky had to go, and we've got a few minutes. I'm actually headed out to the airport to get my daughter here in a little bit.
Oh,
and,
man.
Yeah, she had a cool trip this weekend. But how are you doing today? I did see your wash video.
Well, I'm glad you watched that, man. I had a fun doing that, even though I had to wash the vehicles, and well, Kelly didn't. And that was actually supposed to be a short. I accidentally uploaded it wrong.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so I had to re-upload that as a short. But yeah, no, we were having fun. We had we were getting ready for a review that drops tomorrow where we kind of compare some good things and bad things about our Bronco versus the Jeep. And I had to wash the vehicles, and here comes Kelly, not willing to help. Can you believe that?
No, I mentioned you guys earlier. I was like, that's exactly, I think Kelly and Becky probably talk or something, right? Because she's driving the Bronco, and then there it sits dirty, and she drives the Rover. So I wash the Bronco. She parks the Rover and drives the Bronco. I'm like, what do I look like? A lot attendant? I mean, seriously, right? So when I saw that today, I was like, I get it, Dave. I know.
Well, I kind of feel bad because I was so late getting into your conversation, but you were talking about Raptor a little bit, right?
Yeah. So I have a little video. I'm going to kind of explain my Raptor situation. And I think it's the ethical thing for me to do, even though it's, right. But I'm going to drop it probably who knows, maybe tomorrow night, but definitely Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay.
And we were talking to Becky, she's saying, well, I kind of need a step to get into 22, make it a little bit easier. And I said, well, all you have to do is buy a Raptor. It comes with a step and it's removable.
Hey, yeah. I mean,
yeah. See, you got to work that. Trying to sell her. I think Tim said that. Yeah. He's like, yeah, trying to make that case for it.
Well, I don't want to, because I don't know anything about your conversation. I'm assuming you feel like you're kind of in the mix for a Raptor. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to ruin your.
Yeah. So, why don't we go ahead and do it live? And then
don't ruin your whatever.
No. I have an idea. So I'm going to do a follow-up video, and then I can get everybody right here live's opinion here. Tim said, be careful. So here's the situation I have. When it comes to business and growth and everything, I'm like all at it, go, make it happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is different. We have 2 Broncos, and then I have a situation where it looks like, and it's still some gray area on how these things are going to be allocated. But based on what we know now, it looks like that I could land one.
Nice.
Here's the problem.
Uh-oh.
There's a lot of people that haven't received a Bronco yet. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel good about ending up with 3.
Mm-hmm.
My wife doesn't want me to get it anyway. But I don't feel good about getting 3 because the second one came early. You know the story.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like that we're going to wait. It'll wait until 23. Who knows? Maybe something will be different, but that's going to be someone else's Broncos, not going to be mine.
Well, can you, if you had a chance at it, can you hold it off till a 23?
No, the only thing is that I can get put back into the queue, so to speak, for 23.
So you had 3 orders then, huh?
Well, it's funny how that works. So certain dealerships end up with these reservations that cancel, but the people didn't cancel it before it. I don't really know how all that works. So I can just tell you there's a way, and not everyone is going to. There's allocations for regions, and then not everyone is going to opt for it, right? Somebody's going to stay with their wild track, especially now with the 3.0 suspension. I think there's a lot of people that are going to stick to the wild track.
Yeah.
I think they wanted,
I did a poll today on that, and I posted on Instagram. But let me pull up because
I did see that.
I forgot to actually end the poll during the live stream,
Yeah.
and
Let me make it clear before I get too far
Go
off
right
in the
ahead.
weeds. It was nothing guaranteed, but a really good opportunity, possibly.
Sure.
Does that sound like gray enough?
Yeah.
But there's just no way, and so we just decided, wouldn't that just And the
Yeah.
other thing is Becky doesn't like the financial component of 3.
I can understand that. I don't like the
And-
financial component of 2 new vehicles. So
Yeah, and so it's like, okay, so what do you do there? Do you get rid of one, and then we're not going to mess with it.
yeah.
We're going to have fun. We're grateful for what we have, and
Sure.
that's going to be somebody else's Bronco.
Well, so I asked the question today. Better value in Desert Fun. I asked, was it Wild Track or Raptor, and 54% said Wild Track, that they feel like there's better value there versus the Raptor. And I don't know if it has to do I mean, obviously there's a $20,000 difference from basically the Wild Track to Raptor. So,
Right.
Can you justify something that one of my viewers, Dave P, he always brings some great comments. He's said, hey, it's the Raptor at the end of the day is 99%. It's a person that wants the option to use it, but is never going to use it. So
Because of the price.
you're right. Well, that
Right.
and it's just a person that can afford that vehicle.
Yeah.
That probably is just not into the hobby. They just want the coolest new vehicle, which
Right.
I don't blame them at all. But I was surprised at the 54% versus 45.
Well, I think that a lot of people, they want that option, that different suspension, maybe for whatever they're planning on doing, whether it's kind of high speed Baja type stuff or if it is rock crawling. And I think that was really smart on Ford's part to add something to the Wild Track, because I think you and I talked about it when we were on a stream. Either I was on yours or yours mine or whatever, but how the Wild Track sort of lost its maybe value to some people, because if your basic off-roading, what we're doing is you want a Badlands.
Yeah.
Well, now the Wild Track has that step up in that different type of off-roading, that high-speed Baja type stuff, more so than it had before.
Well, but there's an upcharge to that for the Wild Track currently, because they're doing the Fox 3.0 suspension and all that under it, and I think it was only like $2,500. But what you're now getting into the lower 50s, $58,000, $59,000 somewhere in there easily, if that's just kind of where you want to be. Maybe 60s. I haven't priced a Wild Track in a while, but yeah, no, I'm happy. I think Ford was smart to realize we have to offer Wild Track guys something extra, because I mean, I looked at a Wild Track when I got my Badlands and I thought, I don't want carpet. That was kind of the whole the factor was, I just don't want carpet. And so now we've got Raptor. But the biggest thing I want to ask you, Dwayne, and I asked my audiences today, Bronco Raptor or Raptor Ranger, which for you?
I tell you what would be cool. So if we needed that third vehicle, I think Ranger would just be the cool factor of it, right? Yeah. I mean, everything that I'm going to do in a Bronco, I'm comfortable with in the Badlands. So then it would become, okay, maybe it's that smaller pickup truck. It's still usable, to haul stuff with. We were talking about hay. Becky wants to store stuff hay in the back of the Bronco and see how many bales of hay she can put in there. So you can imagine where I'm at with that.
Kelly put a 75-inch TV in the back of ours today. So
really
70-inch. What? Yeah,
wow.
She pulled up to the guys at Best Buy right before the Super Bowl. You guys know I was all pumped about the Super Bowl. My team hadn't been there in 33 years. My TV decided to go out literally the day of. And so we scrambled. I'm not kidding. So we scrambled and pulled in my bonus room where I'm at now. We scrambled and pulled the TV out of this. We had company coming, and it was a slightly smaller TV, but everybody had a good time. They were all having fun. But so TVs are cheap. I mean, it's amazing what 5 years ago, a 70-inch TV would have cost you $8,000. Just ridiculous. And I think Best Buy had this one for like $650 or something like that. So I told her as she was in town, I said, hey, just go ahead and pick that TV up. And she said she pulled up there and the guys were bringing it out, just looking at the Bronco like, you want me to put this where?
Yeah. Trust me. It's going in there. So that's pretty wild.
Yeah. And she said she had to push the seats all the way forward, but they were able to get it in there. But so I think if that can happen, I would be excited to see what a few bales of hay could go.
Yeah, but she's not gonna. She wants to film me putting them in there, and I want to film her cleaning it out. But that's not gonna happen.
that's
Yeah,
yeah, because you
that's
never get hay out of anything.
yeah. That's the twist on that one. Marine grade, you can hose it out. Sure, yeah, we can. Yeah, but who knows where these videos are going? You know, we're trying to get a video out more frequently. And
Dude, you're killing. I want to say you're killing it, because I took a lot of heat for not. People were like, Dave, why are you not commenting on the emails? And I seen you dropped a video that night about that email Ford sent out. And I've been watching your video, like the numbers, man. I'm very impressed. The views you've gotten out of that video. And I'm over here. I literally finished up my video that night. And you know, timing is to release videos. If I release it late, you know what happens. They go for a minute and then they just die. Nobody sees it thanks to the algorithm.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna hold mine. And I didn't want, and two, as a friend, I don't want to just like compete, you know, throw that video on top of yours. And yeah, dude, you're outperforming my video like crazy.
Well, no, I appreciate that. No, I just felt like it was such a big deal. It was a big story.
Yeah, no, it was.
Because it wasn't just like, oh, this is great. Let me get a video out first. It was something I was generally passionate about. It's like, dang. So I get it. It's easy for me to say with a Bronco, but I like the idea of it. I just feel bad for people that haven't received theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
I mean,
yeah.
I know what needs to happen.
Well, there's people you put in a couple reservations. Now, clearly in your market, your dealership was getting a few Broncos, and that's not by your fault. You know, that's just how Ford has changed the game and has allowed that to happen. And the only thing I've ever had a problem with, I've seen a few people complaining. They have 3 of them or 3 orders, and they're all coming in. And I'm like, how do you complain that, oh, I haven't got my 3rd one? And I'm not trying to be mean by that.
Oh, no, I get it.
Because I feel bad having one, Dwayne. Like, because I not canceled my order. I paused it and then jumped back in. So sometimes I feel guilty sitting here talking about it, but somebody in my audience came to me and they put something in one of my videos. Hey, you know, since you've gotten your Bronco, you're really not a friend of the community anymore. And I was like, I literally just wrapped the video up, man. Give me a second.
Let me get it out there. And then, and there was, you know, I didn't see another video at the time, and I thought it was odd when I got home. I was like, I figured it'd be all over the place by now, but I was passionate about doing it. And I said, and then yesterday, and I actually have it in an MP4 here. I could send to you later. I did a build-in price yesterday.
Really?
On the Raptor.
Nice.
But I couldn't get, and I was like, you know what? I couldn't get it right. It just didn't feel right to me. And I was like, well, let me work on this other one because I need to get it out right. And then when I saw yours today, I was thinking, well, that's kind of like I did the one the other day and you did this one. So,
you know, funny about that was, I like doing those build and price videos of all the vehicles. My whole approach was, I don't want to know anything really about the vehicle. I just want to sit down as a customer would sit down and price it out and kind of make the mistakes everybody would make.
Yeah.
And that one today, I was sitting here, I was looking at a Chevy Sparks or whatever it's called, because nobody will watch this video. But I had a funny Dana Carvey video going over here on one screen. I'm like both. For me, like I have just media coming at me at all times, and I don't know how I focus, but I was just like, I'm just not feeling that video today. And I'm trying to bank, you know how important it is. You got to bank a few videos. You try to, I mean, if you're not making a video once a week, the algorithm just says, hey, see you later.
They leave you in the dust, right?
Yeah. So I was sitting here trying to do that, and it was 10:30 a.m. here. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do one live. And because Raptor for me, usually my building prices are right about 20 minutes. And there's not a lot to build and price out on the Raptor, really.
There's not. Yeah.
I was surprised when I kind of looked at it the other day, and I was like, I'm just going to do it live. It'll be fun. And I think when yours comes out, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely different. You know, I went through it first before I even tried to do that, because I just wanted to really, I didn't want to have to. It's hard to film yourself deciding for 10 minutes, because like that's hard. So I said, well, let me decide first and just go through it. And full, disclosure. Hey, I did do this before early, but let's see how. Here's what I picked and how I build it and why.
Right.
And the marine grade vinyl is the first option, but I'll tell you, there's nothing with that leather and suede looking. It's just cool looking.
Mhm.
And apparently it's supposed to grip you a little bit better,
Mhm.
less sliding on the interior. I get that.
I think like it's for cooling too, to keep
Yeah.
you not as hot.
Right. The MGV I hear is warm. You know, some people have complained like in Florida with it, but in Texas, when I did off rodeo, it was very hot down there.
Mhm.
When we went in June,
Mhm.
it wasn't that bad. I mean, we had the AC on, the windows were down. You're excited, your adrenaline's pumping. You really didn't care about the heat. I mean, that was just a cool thing.
Yeah,
I've
your
never
first
to
time
that point I've
driving.
never driven a yeah. It was like first
Yeah.
time I ever drove a Bronco. It's sit in, turn it on, and follow me. I'm like, man, this is cool.
That does sound cool.
But they did talk to you up front.
Mhm.
Here's the buttons. Here's what you need to watch out for. I don't mean as like, they just throw you out there.
Yeah.
But you can talk about it for 30 minutes and then get in it. And when you get yours, you drive around the block and you learn something almost every day, it seems like.
Yes. Yes.
We dropped a video today, so it's a follow-up with our MIC top.
Mhm.
Where
I haven't got to see that one. Man, I've been out of the loop today.
Oh yeah. No, well, good for you. You need it, right? You need to get out of it. But and you said something about earlier. Our channel's doing real well. I want to tell everybody you're like one of the biggest cheerleaders for smaller channels. You're like, you helped us out a whole lot, and I know you help other people.
Mhm.
So we appreciate you.
Hey, I'm Johnny's car care.
I know Johnny's on fire.
I love Johnny to death, dude. But
Yeah.
I just gave him a little spark and he took off with it. And I'm like, I looked the other day at his numbers. I was like, man, where did I go wrong? I got to start listening to myself, or I'm gonna ask Johnny for advice.
Yeah. Hey, payment ends now. Hello, welcome. And Kevin, see y'all look at the first gen close.
Oh, they're talking about
Yeah.
old Broncos.
Old Broncos. Mobile said that, he made a comment that they should, I think it was him that said that Ford should limit everyone to one Bronco in a year. Look, I with the demand and everything, I'd be cool with that. Wouldn't you? Or I don't know. Let me say this. The feeling of it feels good, but I don't know if that's how it works.
Unfortunately, that's not how our economy works.
Yeah, that's our economy is it's like I said earlier about the Raptor deal is I'm all about go make it happen, and all that. But this is different. This is where at no fault of someone else's, they can't get one unit.
Yeah. How many Raptors do you think they're going to build this year?
Somewhere in I've either heard it or dreamed I heard it was 5,000.
I know that's from inside sources. They're hoping for 5,000.
Okay.
Ideally, they would like to do 8,000 or so.
Got it.
But where do you think? Because somebody asked me about this today, and I'm curious what you think. They can't get normal Broncos out of the factory right now.
Right.
Ice Mountain.
Yep.
It's
Chip,
building
yep.
up. And why is it building up? They have to build product, or else they have to lay off a bunch of people. Basically,
Right.
It's just that. And so if they can't get these out currently, I don't see them getting 3,000, 3,500 out.
That's a good point. I have no idea. I don't know because there's a lot of stuff. The wheels are turning in ways that we don't know about. It'll be reported about, and things changed a month ago. I know that if anyone, and I said this before, anyone on this planet wants these units moving, it's Ford, right? So I think they're doing probably everything they can, and you'll learn in 3 months what they did this month to make it happen.
Yeah,
right. We'll get that story, and let's say it's Supercell, we'll find out, hey, it was announced that back in February they did this and this to, and I think that's how it works. We're not going to be privy to all the cool stuff, but I know that they're really doing and there was somebody on Bronco 6G that works at, I guess, MAP that was saying, hey, we're doing all we can, and working 6 days a week. And so we have, like, I feel like buying everybody their lunch one day, like, thank you.
That'd be a pricey lunch, man.
It'd be a pricey lunch. Yeah, I know that. That's why we didn't
I'll send one piece over. I'll help out.
Well, yeah. How far can a 24 count of Chick-fil-A nuggets go? I don't know. Y'all share or something. It was the
sounds like
that counted,
like
right?
a Christian fable there. Suddenly they just those nuggets keep multiplying.
They multiply. Well, we can start a fundraiser.
Some Mountain Dew and nuggies. How many?
Mountain Dew. Yeah, Mountain Dew will keep you wound up. But my thing is, it's just gratitude. Thank you for doing it. But I don't know. I think if the chip thing can, and that's if most of the Broncos are sitting there because of chips, the chip thing can be solved pretty quickly. But you're right. They have to move these things out of the building. Otherwise, it causes a lot of issues.
It does, man. But I'm kind of happy that you at least were going in on a Raptor Bronco. That's exciting.
I was, and it didn't make any business sense whatsoever.
All right.
My wife was not on board with it at all.
What?
And no, she's like,
Well, she's your accountant, right? Or she handles the finances.
She's a CPA.
Yeah, so I get it. I understand.
Yeah, and but it's the other thing is with everything going on in the world. I did mention that last week too. Is a component.
Mm-hmm.
One of the small. Mainly, it's just there was no way I could say, "Hey guys, I got a Raptor."
No,
that just wouldn't. It just wasn't something I was prepared to do. But the other thing, she's not prepared to pay for it. She doesn't want to. So it's peace again, because. And I thought about it. I didn't really say in the beginning I wanted one, but then I warmed up to it. And then the more I read on it and learn on it, I mean, the thing is wide, right? It's 8.2 inches wider in the front, 8.6 in the back, 14 inches travel in the rear, 13 in the front.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that, capability there, what's the clearance? 13.1, I think it is. The one thing, and I would love to know is I don't understand if it's a 3.0,
mm-hmm.
but one place I read it's a CGI block, but then they compare it to the 3.0 and the Explorer. The best I knew, I thought the Explorer was all aluminum. So it's like the story, either I'm wrong or the story hasn't been picked up that yes, it's a 3.0, but they're using a different block. It's not the one that's in the ST Explorer.
I'm assuming it's a lot like the 2.7 in the ones we have is, it's not the exact same 2.7 as the F-150 gets. It's in the family, but it's not exactly the same, which is why they had a couple hiccups. So you've done oil change in yours, man. So did you ever get your numbers back? I thought you sent them off, right?
Well, I did, and we haven't done the video. That video is coming out. We've got one more we want to come out before that, and then that'll happen here shortly.
That's the one I can't wait to. That'll be the first report I hear of how the oil's working.
It's going to be cool, and it's I can I don't even want to give a teaser on it.
No, don't spoil.
It's going to be a cool video, and we were thinking about the second oil change video, and the laugh was, no one wants to know the torque spec anymore on the canister, and no one wants to see another oil change video. So I'm going to make a parody of it.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun.
I figured, look, I'm going, might as well, right? So we're going to kind of make a joke out of it. However, it's a serious deal. It's if you want to change the oil yourself, here's how you can do it, and we'll see how short we can make it. But I'm trying to get fancy with the editing. I gotta get some of the multi-camera angles happening in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be real fun, man. That's honestly like my nightmare of getting into this years ago was, oh man, you got to have angles, you got to do all this stuff, and how am I going to make this work? But now that I've done it, especially on my channel,
right,
this All Terrain Nation channel, like I love the editing process now. I really get into that. And what stinks is, and you probably know it, you put your heart and soul into a video, it never does anything. You quickly throw a video out, and it suddenly got 10,000 views. And you're like, how does this make sense?
Well, and there's no rhyme or reason. And my goal, my why is I really genuinely want to put content out that people want to know about, right? That things that help someone with a question, whether it's a cool factor. Yeah. They were thinking about something, didn't want to do it, but I'm going to do it, like your bumper, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's like, okay, do I want the factory? I kind of like the factory. I kind of like aftermarket. And then they see it on your Bronco. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I got to have it. Now it makes total sense, because it's not just on a picture on a website, or especially it's when someone you follow, because there's that sort of that, I don't even want you want to call it, but you're more familiar with what you like and your purpose on your Bronco. And suddenly you see this bumper, you're like, well, if Dave's using it, then versus it's a total stranger, you've never seen them before, and you have no idea what they're going to be doing with it. And I think you and I are going to probably do the same thing, right?
Yeah. And generally, especially bumpers, that's such an expensive purchase. I mean, when I got into off-roading, you could get an off-road bumper for about $500 at a very nice bumper. Wow. Now you're talking $2,000 at minimum, and then you got shipping, and shipping's expensive. They're heavy items. But no, I generally, like on those videos, for me, I value my stamp of approval. And I know that sounds arrogant and cocky, but if you don't value your opinions of what your audience is never going to it's going to reflect that you're just selling out. And there's a bunch of
Right.
YouTubers, especially in the Bronco community out there right now, that are just sort of whatever kind of dog will let them pet them. That's kind of who they go with. And that's why I've been strong with like 67 Designs. I've used their product for many years. I like their product. I don't get a penny from those guys. They've emailed me once and asked for a Google review. That's as much as I've talked to them. And it's the same way with Lifestyle Off-Road. I've been friends with those guys for 12 years, something like that. I saw the prototype bumper at one of my off-road events I put on and just fell in love with it then and knew I had to have one. The cool thing is wait till you see the chrome one that's about to come out. Somebody picked up one. It should hit the socials, I think, this coming week. And it looks I'm not a chrome guy, but on this vehicle, it looks really, really cool.
It looks really good. And I'll tell you where chrome would always think this is Velocity Blue. It would just I think would just totally pop. Pavement ends now. What did I see about how to straighten your modular bumper? Asking for a friend. What did we hit? Let's see here. The 2.7 has relocated alternator higher up. Kevin says the 2.7 Bronco has the relocated alternator higher up. That would make sense, being that it's an off-road vehicle, right?
Well,
I didn't.
The 2.7. Well,
I don't know. I haven't even looked at that.
The bummer of the alternator is you got to put it somewhere. The 4-cylinder being a smaller engine, you have room to kind of move things around. Ford does a plate around the alternator. It's supposed to help it. But have you seen there's been a few failures of alternators going on? Mud kills everything.
Oh, I don't like mud.
I don't either. And the idea of splashing or doing, burnouts in it or whatever, that's fun. But you would believe it or not, I've tore up more vehicles in mud, just splashing through mud, than ever rock crawling.
Right.
So there's a few failures I've seen going around.
Well, I told you our biggest thing is going to be sand. And at some point I'm going to off-road and it's going to be sand. And of course, if you keep the boots intact, there's a good chance that you're going to be okay. But I expect we're going to be pulling wheels off and fixing stuff years down the road. But guess what? You're doing that anyway.
I'm big on silicone spray. Before you go off-roading, there's a silicone spray that you can spray in your alternator. And it just kind of keeps that stuff from sticking and getting into the bushings. And it does help. And it makes it a little easier to wash it out.
Gotcha.
But I was looking today at where the alternator is, especially on the 3.0. Man, it is buried in there. It would be a nightmare to get to.
We were a buddy of mine was over yesterday, and we got my Mustang running again after 2 years of it being.
I saw your Instagram photos there. I think it was. Yeah.
Well, I did a video here tonight. Actually, I've got it here.
Oh, nice.
And I might pop it up again just for the heck of it. But yeah, it's we picked up at least, on paper, 140 to 180. I think it was 150, 200 is what we were guessing. But we'll put it on a chassis dyno and figure it out. Because what happened was I kept the lower end. It was funny how the Broncos got me back into the hot rodding stuff because I'd lost my thing, that we had a valve issue in the car. I parked it in the garage in September of 2019.
Oh, wow.
And talking this Bronco stuff and getting back in it and researching the engines and stuff. I'm like, man, I'm getting the fever again. This is bad.
Nice.
This is real bad.
No, it keeps you from buying a Raptor. See that you can focus money that way. There's always places to divert money to, Dwayne.
Yeah. I trust me. I know. I want to move. I want to build another house out in the country. My wife's like, I like it right here. Let's know. Okay.
Tell her you can do it in like 3 days. You know how to do
4.5, 106 hours actually.
See, look, we'll be in a house
in my team right here. We can't see it from that angle, but and that's all cool and well too. But I'm trying to, with our real estate business, I'm trying to figure out how do I make the Bronco fit in that. There may be some creative advertisement that happens. If you want to buy that house off in the woods, let's roll,
Right. Well,
I'll take it. Your all-terrain agent. There you go.
Yeah, all-terrain agent. There's your new channel.
Yeah. Well, I just thought of that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, that's great.
But look, somebody will have it tomorrow, so, but, I'm always trying to figure out how's the Bronco. I know I like it. I know we like it as a family, and I can't wait to really go use it for what it's meant to be used for. But even in business, it's fun, just to drive it around.
Did you ever
I'm good
figure
with
out if you were going to paint protect your Broncos or?
all we're doing right now is we're going to do the ceramic.
Mhm.
I think where we're putting a logo on the side, I think we're going to paint protect that part, and that'll be a sort of a dual thing. That's where a lot of rocks hit anyway on the
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
And then I think then we'll do our logo. So it'll probably be the base for our logo.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
Because I know you had mentioned a couple times you were trying to figure out what you wanted to do, and I hadn't heard anything in a while. And
I
I'm a bad.
can't
I'm,
get-
clearly,
look,
I'm a bad YouTube friend because I hadn't. If you had, I hadn't
yeah,
noticed.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have enough videos to watch. I get it, but I can't get over the price to do the entire vehicle. So then it becomes where on the vehicle am I going to pick to do it?
Yeah.
But then when I do that, am I going to see the edge? You know, is it going to get damaged? I got to replace. Sure, it can happen. You know, better that than the paint, right? That's the point. But I don't want to see, like my F-150 has a little bit on the front, and you can start to see, you know, the edge between where it stops and the paint starts. I don't know if I want to see that.
Right.
However, where the logo is going, you're not going to see it because the logo is going to stop. And there's going to be a line there anyway.
Right. Well,
So
speaking of logos, did you see on the Raptor? Somebody brought to my attention today when I was doing that the graphics package that you could get, but by the time you take the doors off of it, you almost don't have a graphics package you paid for.
Yeah, and you know it's interesting. At first, when I first glanced at the Raptor, I thought it was the same fenders and quarters until you look at it and say, "Oh no, the fenders are wider." I think the only sheet metal, or not even sheet metal, the only factory panels are the front doors.
Right.
You know, the front fenders are different, the rear quarters are different. Technically, the swing gate looks the same, but it's got the
brace,
the beefier, the exoskeleton, and supposedly the hinges are beefier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I would assume that technically before all of that is the same, and then they add the exoskeleton and the hinges to it. Because I mean that's a big tire.
Nurse AJ's asking, what is the approximate cost of ceramic coating? Obviously, that varies depending on your area. I think I was quoted $700 to have mine done.
$699.
Yeah, but guess what? There you can buy a bottle of it on Amazon for like $60. I'll end up doing it myself because I don't think I've never done this before, but it's just I've watched enough videos of them just slowly, you're like just kind of going over the panels and doing it. But I think it's well worth it.
Gotcha. Let's go some of these comments here real quick.
And I don't mean to hijack your show, buddy.
No, you know what? No, you're fine. The only thing I was doing is I was going to get off and go hop in the Bronco and head over to the airport. My daughter's coming in late. No, I got a few minutes. Don't worry.
Okay.
Now I appreciate you jumping on right there. That's pretty cool. I lost both my co-hosts in one, so you're the third tonight.
Well, I looked at the title of your show.
These.
I looked at the title of your show and I was like, "Oh, cool! Becky and Gavin will be. Where's Becky and Gavin?" But then I realized you'd been streaming for a while.
Yeah, no, they were here. What are we up to now? I didn't see my timer.
32 watching here.
Yeah, 2 hours and 2 minutes. There you go.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. If you're not already subscribed, I'd greatly appreciate it. And when you hit that bell icon and the drop box, hit all, and then you'll know when we go live, when we drop a video, and all of that. That is very cool.
And guys, that helps a channel grow. It really does. Like
absolutely.
It's the cheapest, easiest way you can support Dwayne is by smashing the like button.
Hey, Kyle I'm going to skim back through these. Yeah, and I do appreciate the support, by the way.
Of course.
Kyle says, do a video on that, prepping for off-road, spray the alternator, etc. Never heard of that before. Wow.
Yeah, it's you can get it at AutoZone, any discount. It's a oh gosh. It's a silicone but it's made for electronics, and you just kind of spray it in the alternator, start the vehicle, let the alternator run a minute, kind of spray it again, and it's helped out quite a bit.
Yeah, Mobile said he missed driving his Fox Mustang, even though it was hopelessly obsolete. Yeah, it's kind of, let's see. I agree. There's and I need to sell my 9150, but I mean, part of me says, no, I don't want to, but am I going to restore it? Is
it a convertible?
No, it's a GT, so it's a fastback notchback.
We're roughly around the same age, man. When we were kids, the 50 was, that was the Mustang. That was the car to have when I was a kid. Like, and then friends had convertibles of it. It looked great. Ford did end up getting in a slight lawsuit about it because it technically wasn't a 50.
It's like was a 4.8
I forget, 8 something. Yeah.
4.8509. Yeah. So yeah. And I know that's kind of crazy, but it's, let's say a 5.0 sounds a lot better. All they had to do was grind a little bit on the cylinder
Yeah.
head and create some more
Oh,
sweat
yeah.
volume. And it was it. Let's see. Pavement ends now said 2.7 alternators, 24 inches off the ground and quite open in the front intrusion. Yeah. That's funny. I haven't crawled underneath to really look at the height of critical components yet,
Mhm.
believe it or not.
When I was in Florida with mine, I had it up on the lift, and it was nice to get under the lift and just kind of see little things that are already rusting. I did a video last February, I think it was. A buddy of mine was talking about parts rusting quickly. I did a video on it. I took a lot of hate on that video. People are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
things rust." I'm like, "Well, yeah, they rust. I'm just pointing things out." And believe it or not, there was already the drive shaft. That's going to happen because you can't coat that anyways, or you can, but it doesn't matter. But there was a couple things on the axle, like normal wear.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have it.
Yeah.
Tim said, by the way, you can pour a couple cans of 80 weight oil over your Bronco before you go swamping. You'll not have any issues.
Well,
yeah. Well,
Hey,
of course.
where were you at with the Everglades, man?
So the Everglades, I think, is cool. It's going to fit a certain group of people. It's not for me. It's
Mhm.
not like a trim that I would buy. I think it's the cool factor, right? The snorkel
Mhm.
and the winch on it. I like the idea of a factory winch. It, and we were talking earlier, and I was saying, I wish I could give somebody credit. I was thinking this, and then I heard it on a video. The idea of the winch being the front of the vehicle for me doesn't make me feel good. I kind of want it back.
Yeah, I want it
Did you-
protected.
Did you mention that in your bumper video?
I've talked about that several times.
Because I don't know if it was you or someone else, but I was thinking, well,
I-
good. I'm
any-
glad I'm not the only one that thinks that way.
Anybody that's done a lot of off-roading should be like,
Yeah.
that's just a bad place to put your winch. Now, clearly Ford doesn't have a lot of options with their factory bumpers. And I'm sure federally there's some crash thing of why they do what they
Right.
do. But no, when that was a big thing with the lifestyle off-road bumper was they tried to keep it as low as possible, tuck it as much as possible, and give it as much protection as possible.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. So, yeah, I think you might want to do a video on that spray. I don't know, give you an idea, because that's new on me. Because I think a lot of people may be interested, especially where I'm going. Right, the
Mhm.
Outer Banks, all the salt and everything else, and it just broke my heart that the green one has been driven in salty roads for like. And so the blue one has not seen it yet, but
Yeah.
it'll see it soon enough.
So clearly your Area 51 is your baby. Like that's
my first child. So
Yeah.
like
How
you
many?
said.
I've seen your video of you doing the bumper walk around, which was a really good video. Any other little tweaks or anything that people probably wouldn't notice that you've kind of found?
Well, we have, and we started going through it. We realized we were going to do one video between comparing a 21 and a 22, and there's too much.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's the little things. It's how the vehicle feels, and now I'm starting to figure out why. And it's I told you when you're driving it, there's a difference there.
Mhm.
Part of it is it's a acoustical. Like you're hearing things from you don't hear with the hard top that you hear
Yeah.
with the soft top. I think we mentioned it sounds like a windows open,
Mhm.
right? It's not really loud. Just okay. Did I close all the doors, the windows
Yeah.
up? But there's a little bit of that. But then it makes you feel like it drives differently, right? The steering, the whatever.
Or if the rear sway bar has anything to do with that.
Rear sway
stiffens it
bar
up.
has a lot to do in particular when you're changing lanes. You can you hit an off ramp. Like you said, it probably wouldn't sound like it would make a big deal, but there's a difference in those two Broncos. So it's going to be interesting to find out. We also have to do the measurement, and we're trying to do this in a control so I don't get like beat up like your MPG thing you were talking about. You didn't. Okay. And we are going to do an MPG. We're taking Tim up on the challenge there, and we're
Nice.
going to do it in hours. And I think what we'll probably do is take both of them out at one time,
Mhm.
and let's see what we do with them.
Yeah. No, I look forward to that.
I don't understand the fuel mileage that you see some people posting where you see it's terrible in one, but we're getting 18 plus, like 18.7, 18.8.
Yeah.
It's all in how you drive it.
I put fuel in mine today. Me and Kelly were at Costco, and especially with the prices jumping up, I was like, well, I might as well top it off, save a
Yeah.
couple dollars there. But
For 1 week.
oh, and Kelly's the most frugal thing about her is gas. For what she will drive across town, 10 miles across town to save 3 cents on gas for whatever reason. So I just go with it. I just play along.
Just do
But
it.
we were
just
at
do it.
Costco, and yeah, it was. I looked down and it was at 14 average, and I was like, but she's a hot throttle girl, man. She wants to get into the throttle and go.
Yeah, get it and go. Well,
Yeah.
hey, what's new for your channel? What do you have that you're working on?
Well, tomorrow
Anything you wanna talk
tomorrow
about?
we drop the walk around between the two, the Jeep and the Bronco. Hopefully that's a good video. We had a lot of fun doing it. It's not an apples and apples kind of comparison because I don't have the Rubicon version that I can directly go, well, the Rubicon has this, but we have two different things. But I think overall the soul of each vehicle we can kind of talk about. There's a big spoiler alert. There's cup holders in the Jeep that there's not in my Bronco. But we did that last Sunday. We recorded that, and we've got Bronco Talk Live tomorrow. That's always fun. I think Kelly will be a little late for that video, but so I can say it's my Bronco during that time. And
It's yours. It's yours till she gets there.
Right. And
Until you
any
need to wash
breaking,
it.
any breaking news in the auto industry, man. I'm
Yeah.
really trying to not keep away from Broncos, but not be as reliant on Bronco videos.
Yeah, because there's a lot of other stuff out there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The one thing that I want to try to bring out is and I think somebody here on our stream may be familiar with this, but in Tennessee, when we did the ride, our driver was so cool.
Mhm.
I want to do a video sort of like that where we take our Bronco out and we really get to use it. Because at that point, I've seen them at car dealers. I saw a couple at a shopping mall sitting there. They were doing the drive-through town type thing. But then the next stop was Supercell, and you get to see one, that's out in the wild, not prep for a dealer, pre-production. But then when you get to ride in one and ripping it down these trails, for me, man, that was it. And I want to try to capture that excitement that Gavin and I had, and I want to put it into a video. And so that's going to be one of the fun things that, we need to find the right place to do it, because even though you're going to the Outer Banks, there are speed limits there and there's rules of the road, even though you're on a beach. So you can't do some of that stuff down there that you see done on other places.
I imagine they frown on burnouts and all kinds of just tearing up the beach.
No, it's straight up. They tell you it's when you get your permit to go on the beach and what beach and when different times of the year. But they tell you it's the rules of the road.
Yeah.
And so now, do people go out there and do stuff like that? Sure, but it won't be me.
There's jerks in every group, man.
Yeah, and did the guy in the baseball field out in San Diego? How'd you like that?
Great. That was crazy, man.
Like, did you have too many that day, or I mean, was it? Somebody said they thought someone stole it, but was it the owner?
I haven't got an actual what's going on with that, and I haven't pursued it. But yeah, I heard initially it was stolen, but then I thought I read something that it might have been the owner, and who knows, man? I mean, when the call of the game, you got to go out to left field. You got to get to left field, man.
Yeah, but I don't think you have to do burnouts on the way. But yeah, we were talking earlier, and Becky's, the kids start soccer and softball and everything else, and it was funny. Yesterday, you posted a picture somewhere about the tryouts, or
I was helping the local organization with tryouts.
Well, I was freezing here with Alexa at her. That was her, her tryout type thing, and for her softball season. So we were cold here as well. But yeah, I want to try to capture the excitement right before Supercell, so that people that are going to Supercell, they get to see a video of what it was like for us. Because I don't think at the time I knew enough to film that energy.
Yeah. When you guys had some of the earliest videos from there too, like you guys really got a bunch of those videos out. I remember seeing some of that stuff, and that was a tough one because you, like everybody, kid at a candy store, you finally get to see, if you haven't, because that was my first chance seeing one in person.
Yeah.
So like at the beginning of the video, I did like me walking around at the initial where I do my intro. That's the first time I'm getting that close to Broncos. So the excitement, there's a smile. I watched the video again the other day, kind of prepping for Supercell, and I was like, man, I was so excited. And I spent so long, basically all day there, just walking around, because it wasn't a huge display. It was just enough. And then they had the kind of off display of the older crowd with their Broncos, because that's what kept that event going, was all those old Broncos, which is what it was kind of about. And then I would say Ford sort of took it over a little bit.
Well, hey, I mentioned that earlier in the stream. How are the people that have been doing this for years and keeping it going, and that was their deal? is it, how are they going to feel about all the newbies, right?
I
It's going
think
to be interesting.
initially, I think they'd be excited, but yeah, at some point, the line in the sand, there's
Yeah.
there's like, hey, but I think a lot of those guys have bought new Broncos, so that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Well, and here's the other thing, like for someone like me, I have total respect for those that were there before me, right?
Mhm.
So I just, I think it's cool that they've been doing this stuff for years. And last year was my first year.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally one person, was it. Everyone else was the coolest, most welcoming group of people. And I was like,
Mhm.
wow, I like this group faster or better than I like the Mustang group.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to see that? If everybody wants to watch, you want to see that video
Sure.
again? Let's pop that up
Of course.
before.
I know you got to go in a minute.
I've got to go in a couple minutes. And I appreciate you jumping on. We need to do an actual stream.
Of course,
soon.
man. Of course. Hell, jump on tomorrow night if you ain't got. I've got no. Like I said, we'll at least do the first 30 minutes. Me and you.
Yeah, let's do 30 minutes. I'm up for that. Let's do this. All right, check this out, and everybody, if you have a good speakers on your computer, or if you're watching on TV, crank it up and see what you think, and let me know if my engine building skills are good enough.
That thing is so clean, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a throatier cam in there now.
Mhm.
And I had push rods. It was funny. The geometry was a little screwed up. I mean, it was small, but it's the only thing it takes.
Right.
People don't understand these engines. It's just the smallest of changes can matter, right? And
it's like a modern day tune now. You just get in there and tweak something, and it's a lot better.
Yeah, the last time I played the videos, like 6 people dropped off the stream, and this time I lost 3 or 4. So I'm sorry. I was just, I'm excited.
That's
just
right.
Imagine if you had an early Bronco, you could have an engine like that in there and just raise all kinds of, what.
What's bad is that, I mean, I forget what's the horsepower of that? You've dynoed it, right?
So yeah, it was official. It was like 580 something. And right. I think now, and that was flywheel though. That's not rear wheel.
Yeah.
We're only gonna be able to test the rear wheel now. We'll see what it ends up. But it's probably 680.
Yeah. Nice.
7.
That's and it sounds great. Wish modern vehicles could sound like that still.
Like a new Bronco.
Yeah, like a cammed out Bronco would be great.
Yeah, but no, it's a different deal. I'm kind of, when I first heard of EcoBoost, I was like, well, it's V6, it's different. But I'm kind of digging it now. I really am.
And the 3.0 sounds really good. I will say the way they kind of do the tromboning of the exhaust to kind of give it a little more bass helps.
Yeah, true duals too.
Yeah, and because the last generation Raptor took a lot of heat for not sounding great. You had that big V8 in the previous two, and then you get this one, you're like, it just sounds weak.
Well, if you heard this car before, and sometime I'll send you a sound effect that's on Instagram,
yeah,
I swear somebody took it off our YouTube video. That car had it had a big loping cam in it, and it was kind of a slug off the line.
Yeah.
What I've changed in there now makes it, I mean, I kind of tapped the gas getting into the garage with it, and I was like, oh no, I'm in trouble. Like this thing it's evil now,
Yeah.
So
well, it looks evil.
Yeah, well, appreciate that. We're gonna I've changed the fuel pump. The fuel pump's not producing enough pressure. It's like 3.5. That's another thing. That was running on 3.5 PSI when I need a minimum of 6.
Oh, wow.
I need 6. Probably 5 would be okay, or 6.
Yeah, so it's just starving.
Okay. It's well, at idle it's enough, but if you were driving it and you would start the draw down the bowls in the carburetor, I mean, it's not really bowls in there, but you would lose your volume.
Yeah.
It's not like a Holly where you have this big bowl sitting off to the side.
Yeah.
It would, I still call them Carters, man. I'm old. The Edelbrock. So the Edelbrock kind of looks like the old Carters. they just don't have a lot of reserve there. But it's a very those carburetors were flow tested on a bench, so they're it wasn't me and a buddy underneath the shade tree adjusting them. They were actually
nice.
but they're going to have to be retuned for the new cams. Anyway, about the Broncos.
Andy's in the house. Andy Ackerman's in the house.
Andy, let me go back to some of these comments here. I want to, Andy, thanks for that super chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Dave, I know you know this, but the super chats just mean a lot to somebody's willing to do that. But the other thing is what good it does for our channels.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll be honest. Right now, it's keeping my channel funded. Like my ad revenues, and Joanne, you've probably seen it. January 1, the ad revenues just tanked. And they're not what they were. And I think some of that is, I think Ford was dumping a bunch of money into buying ad space, and now they don't need to. And so, yeah, no, my revenue that way, not that I'm getting rich by any means, but it keeps my channel afloat of when I need to purchase something or like travel. So, yeah.
Mobile Motto, it started its life as a Ford pickup truck block, a 302. And that's where it ends. It's been sleeved and everything else. It's a Lauren Healy's 4600 KOH rig sounds great as well. All of those rigs I've heard out there, they sounded really, really good. Yep. Carter AFB, it. Mobile knows a lot about some of these, especially these old Fords in here.
Dwayne, do you ever watch Ammo New York City? NYC. No. It's a car detailing. I'm gonna post this link up here.
You posted something today and I was like, what the heck is like? I figured it. I didn't know if I needed to run and hide. Was that code for hit the deck or what?
Oh, NYC. No, that's from a movie. And I just randomly thrown that out there because it's from You've Got Mail. Me and Kelly were watching that last night, and I was like, I want to see if anybody just happens to know what that means, because I'm quirky like that, but I want to find this. So this guy, Ammo NYC, he's a detailing shop, and he's obviously a YouTuber as well, and they like to do barn finds. And he likes to be the first person to wash whatever vehicle. And I'm trying to find it. There it is. So it's the first wash in 42 years of a 1978 F-250 Lariat. And the truck only had like 139 miles on it. So gotcha. I think it's something, but it reminds me of with your vehicle. Like, I think this would be up in your audience. I think it'd be up in there.
Yeah, I'll check that. I'll definitely check that. Nurse AJ, if you're still here, good night. Thanks for joining us and sticking around.
She's such a trooper. She's in everybody's streams, man. We have a lot of mutual audience, and they're always like supporting.
Yeah, I do. I see that. It's cool. And there again, I'll watch your stream, and it's different how the streams. I know mine's a little more laid back than yours. Mm-hmm. You've been doing this a lot longer than I have. You could tell you guys just rip it over there on Monday nights. I'm like, I love it. I watch it until the end too.
Yeah. Having Kelly around, like, she did not want to do that initially. She was just like, I don't want to, what are they going to say to me? And, no, it's having her around, because I did that stream today for an hour and a half, and I about lost my voice. So
you hear that in the background?
Is that Gavin?
No, she just left Baltimore. I'm talking to Dave on the stream. She's watching me downstairs. Like, she's got to go. Yeah, I'm getting in trouble now. I've got to go. Okay. You ever get yelled at? Like,
oh yeah,
like all the time.
On stream.
No, she was just telling me I've got to go. She's like, where are you? Because I think she texted me and said, you got to go. But yeah, I'm getting ready to go and head on over to the airport and get my daughter. But let's connect tomorrow night and we can finish this conversation. Does that sound good?
No, it sounds great. 8 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. yours, about 10 minutes before. But I'm going to bow out of your stream, let you end your show. Thank you for letting me be on, though.
You're awesome. Thank you, Dave. All right. See you. All right, everyone. That was it. You heard the boss. She's telling me I've got to go. And it's been a great 2 hours and 23 minutes here watching this with you. I really appreciate you, or being here with you. If you're watching us, I appreciate you being here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's awesome. Hopefully we've answered some questions tonight. I'm sorry I didn't get to all of your comments, but I promise we will next time. Thank you, All Terrain, Kevin G, Mobile, Kevin. Let's see. Here we are. Brent Berryman. We're going to catch, we'll pick up on this conversation next week. Andy, thank you very much for that super chat. I do appreciate it. And for everyone else that joined us, Nick and Kyle, I do appreciate it. And I am out of here. I've got to go. And you know what? Have a good week. Be successful. And whatever you do, I guess keep the wheels on the right side and have fun. See ya. Bye.